are watching a Look Live Streams production of the Syntex Pond broadcast of Lorena Leopards football. Customer service, higher loans, and great retail prices. That's Syntex Pond. By Billy Kelly, CPA, structure planning, estate planning, compliance, and accounting. That's Billy Kelly, CPA. By Jesse Britt Automotive, discounting your price, not your service. By Lynn's Pharmacy Hewitt, service you deserve from neighbors you trust. By Toby's Auto Sales, your Waco family-owned and operated pre-owned dealership. By CF Supply Inc., build with CF Supply. By H&M Landscape and Sprinkler, your one-stop shop for commercial and residential landscaping. By Butter My Biscuit Cafe, scratch-made Southern style. By Bankston's, your home for sports memorabilia, comics, and collectibles. And by Billy Rutherford, honoring the late friend and former teammate, Joe Pack. Back with more of the H&M Landscape and Sprinkler pregame show right after this. Syntex Pond boasts the highest quality customer service in the pond business. Syntex Pond loans more than the competition and has great retail prices on used goods. With locations in Waco, Temple, and now Hewitt, Syntex Pond is there when you need them. Visit 801 East Waco Drive in Waco or 1402 West Adams Avenue in Temple and the brand new location at 520 North Hewitt Drive. Customer service, higher loans, and great retail prices. That's Syntex Pond. Billy Kelly, CPA, and the Dutton Harris and Company CPAs are focused on meeting the needs of small to medium independent businesses. With expertise in strategic accounting and tax services, Billy Kelly CPA and the Dutton Harris and Company CPAs will provide you with the structure planning, estate planning, compliance, and accounting your business needs. Put the experts to work for you. Billy Kelly CPA and the Dutton Harris and Company CPAs PLLC. Call 432-682-0963 or go online at dhc-pca.net. H&M Landscape and Sprinkler is your one-stop shop for turning your dream vision for the environment outside of your home or business into a reality. From laying sod and installing sprinklers to the finer beautifying touches and year-round maintenance, H&M Landscape and Sprinkler can do it all. Whether you are looking to sell your home, attract more customers, or beautify your home to enjoy with family and friends, H&M Landscape and Sprinkler has the skill and expertise to get the job done just the way you want. Visit them online at hmlandscapeandsprinkler.com or call 254-732-6818. That's H&M Landscape and Sprinkler. Coach, coming into last week's game against Cameron, that was sort of the game of the season, and as far as district play is concerned, and you guys jump out to a 14-0 lead there early in the first quarter, and then the second quarter kind of things flip, and an interception, things kind of turn on their head a little bit, go to halftime 14-13. What did you see happen from the first to the second quarter that brought it into halftime as almost a tie?
Well, one critical thing is we turned the ball over and shortened the field and gave them a shot from in the red zone to score a touchdown. And they didn't, when you give a good football team a short field, that's on us. So, the interception it just wasn't a good play. And, I think Ryan, if he could go back and not throw that ball down the middle of the field, it wouldn't be thrown. But that's part of the learning process. And so they had a good drive. And then the main thing we didn't do is just give up these huge home runs, which they had been scoring on long plays. And I thought our defense, by and far, did a great job of containing them most of the night.
Even the catches that they made on the sideline were contested, and none of those went for 6. So is that just having good enough corners to cover that, Coach? Is there any special thing to that, or how did y'all manage to kind of keep them out of the end zone?
Well, the kid, they caught one long ball down the sideline right on their bench, and I think Colton Dale was stride for stride with the kid that he just went up over him. And, that happens on Sunday afternoons too. So, that's just the way it wasn't a blown coverage or anything like that. And then the other one, the slot, I think beat our safety on the break to the pylon in the back of the end zone. And again, good coverage of balls are thrown exactly where it had to be thrown. So, but sometimes it's like kudos to the offense. They made a great play, and I can live with that when you've got a kid in position, they're fighting, and it just happens. When we blow coverages, completely miss assignments and things, then we've got some huge problems. But, sometimes let's give credit to the other team, and Cameron, outstanding offense. I thought, again, like I said, I was very proud of the way our kids fought and contained them most of the night.
Yeah. So you guys held that offense to 20 points. I mean, they put up 70 on other teams in the district. You had to be pretty pleased about that, the defensive effort there.
Yeah, it was. I thought our kids were well prepared. I thought Coach Snodgrass, and looking at their game plan, I thought our coaches did a tremendous job of getting them ready and schooling them up on this is what they do. And they run tunnel screens, which is the outside wide receiver coming back underneath and catching the ball, and the whole offensive line stampeding out and rushing it. I mean, they run those things like clockwork. And I thought our defense did a great job. First one they ran, Joe Gushaw, defensive tackle, runs the guy down from behind. So, I mean, that's effort. It's a kid giving great effort in the field and making a big play.
How do you beat the tunnel screen? Is it about backside pursuit? Is it, beating the block at the wide receiver? How do you beat it? Well,
one of the first plays they threw a little bubble screen out there, and Casey Taylor destroyed the corner, destroyed the wide receiver and picked the guy up and dropped him for a 4-yard line. Those are the kind of things, you've got to, sometimes the guy's got to make a one-on-one play like that. And Casey made a couple of those. I think Braylon Henry made a couple of plays out there in space, which against, again, the skill kids from Cameron, that's awesome. But then, like I said, you got to have guys turn and run. That's the key to it. It's pursue, because so many times you can get somebody boxed in and they cut back. Well, when they cut back, you've got to have people coming. And I think our kids right now run sideline to sideline very, very well.
When you're faced with an auto repair, all you really want is to be treated fairly and to have it done right the first time. Well, Lorena's own Jesse Britt has been doing just that for over 20 years. Jesse Britt's Automotive is a full-service repair shop that can handle any of your automotive needs. Jesse's highly trained staff handles both foreign and domestic repairs, offers competitive pricing, and 100% customer satisfaction. Jesse Britt's Automotive even offers a free shuttle service to help ease your burden while you wait. So the next time you are faced with an auto repair, trust Jesse Britt to treat you fairly and to do it right the first time. Jesse Britt's Automotive, where they discount the price, not your service. Did you know that half of Americans who use mail-order pharmacy miss their medications due to late delivery? Well, Lynn's Pharmacy Hewitt offers all the conveniences of the large corporate pharmacies, but also offers fast, friendly service and the convenience of a local drive-thru and free delivery. Free delivery! If you are in need of a flu shot, now is the perfect time to visit Lynn's Pharmacy Hewitt with no appointment necessary. Come by 511 North Hewitt Drive or call us at 254-666-5000. Stop waiting on the mail. Try Lynn's Pharmacy Hewitt and let us take the frustration out of your pharmacy experience today.
For over 40 years, CF Supply Inc. has been serving the interior commercial construction industry needs of Texas. We are a quality supplier of drywall, metal framing, Armstrong acoustical ceilings, joint compound, and commercial wood and metal door openings. We are also a proud distributor of major brands such as Armstrong Ceiling Systems, Schlage, Von Duprin, Sargent, Corbin Russwin, and LCN. Contact CF Supply Inc. today for all of your interior construction needs. You'll find us online at cfsupplyinc.com. Build with CF Supply.
14-13 at halftime. Early on, it felt like obviously momentum clearly with you guys. Then, like we talked about, swung over to Cameron kind of in the second quarter. We've talked about this before. Sometimes you say there's nothing special that happened at halftime. We just kind of cleaned some things up. But, y'all came out and dominated the second half. You got the ball. You ran it right down their throat on consecutive drives and put it in the end zone. What was talked about at halftime? And did you feel like there was an emotional shift or anything, or was it just tactical and cleaning things up, like you say?
Well, part of it was just taking care of the football. Let's don't turn the ball over and shorten the field, and let's do those things. I mean, if we can't get a first down, then fine. Let's kick it 40 yards down the field and make them gain all that back, and we'll play field position until something pops. But the thing at halftime is we went in, we actually challenged them, kind of like we did at China Spring. We had played a pretty sloppy first half over at China Spring, came out in the second half, played lights out. And so I wasn't really shocked that the kids came out and really played well. We just, we got two big words up on our whiteboard in the varsity dressing room, and they deal with urgency and panic. I said, we're not in a panic mode. Are we in an urgent mode? Yes, but we should be in an urgent mode every time we walk out the door, an urgency to get it done. But there's no panic. And I don't think our kids ever panic. I don't ever sense that at all. And like you said, we're fortunate enough to win the toss and defer and get the ball to start the second half. And I love to do that because it gives us a chance to go in and figure out what we need to tweak and how we can fit some things to get a drive together and hopefully plus. And then if everything balances out, you get the extra possession in the second half, which is critical. So all that being said, we went down, as you said, we took a great drive, scored 3 and out on Cameron's part. We took the ball, drove it back down, scored again, 3 and out. And it happened 3 times in a row. And all of a sudden, they look up and it's about lights out because they're about out of time. It's in the fourth quarter and they don't have enough time to recover. So again, kids just executing. I thought our offensive line took care of the football game in the second half. Those guys, were slashing and popping holes in there. And I mean, just really running their feet and doing a great job. And I thought both senior running backs, Red Hansen and Reed Migna, did a tremendous job of turning it up inside and getting a lot of yards after the hit. First hit, and they were still getting 2, 3, 4 yards and moving the pile. So physical football, but Dave, that's what you got to do to win in Texas. I mean, you can be fancy and flip the ball over the field all you want to, but at some point in time, you got to be able to take the rock and run it right down the field.
I just recently discovered Bankston's when I was hanging out with my dad. We came by. Being a huge fan of most anything nerd-related, I came in, saw all the collectibles, and kind of lost my mind a little bit. Bankston's has most every franchise that I can think of. Collectibles for everyone, from high-end spenders down to people who are just there to look for comics.
Individuals are always looking for something that's going to be exceptional, and I think that's what we achieve.
What do games, sports memorabilia, and collectibles have to do with the best morning menu in the great state of Texas? You can find them all under the same roof at Butter My Biscuit Cafe. Owner Lee Bankston has built a menu around her hot, fresh, always handmade biscuits that really is the best around. Butter My Biscuit Cafe is waiting for you 7 to 2 Tuesday through Friday, 10 to 2 on Saturdays. Whether it's games, sports memorabilia, or simply the best breakfast brunch around, treat yourself to the place food critics and families are raving about. That's Butter My Biscuit Cafe. This week, you travel down to Caldwell. This is their Super Bowl. This is a team that's not making the playoffs. And really, everybody in the district that faces Lorena is going to be want to play at their best because of how successful a season you're having. And they're going to win a chance to knock off the guy at the top of the heap going into this week's game.
Well, the number one thing that our kids, no one's going to give us anything. And as you said, David, we make sure they understand that we're going to get their best shot. They're going to be plays that maybe they haven't used all year. They have nothing to lose now, so let's throw it out there and see what happens. So anyway, our kids have to be prepared for that. And we can't go down there and dream through it. We're going to have to play the football game, and we're going to have to do a good job. They're extremely big up front, very physical up front. They've had some tough breaks. They lost 2 ball games, as we mentioned earlier in our discussion, to Rockdale and Troy. One by 1 point and one by 4 points. But they were in both of those ball games and right down to the very end. So anyway, they're a fine coach football team. They play hard, and their kids are going to get after us. And our guys, we've tried to make sure we're well aware and prepared that we're going to be in for a fight Friday night down there.
So, we talked about Cameron. They've got the tunnel screens and the vertical routes. What do you see that Caldwell does well that you're going to have to counteract?
Well, they run the ball very well. They probably their number one play is a buck sweep where they pull both the guards, and it's a hand sweep around the outside, and they down block and pull and kick, and they do a very good job of it. It's kind of a old slot T, wing T type play, but they do it out of the shotgun, and they execute it very well out of multiple formations, sometimes with 2 backs, sometimes with 1. They give you different looks off of it. Sometimes they'll run a fly sweep off of it and fake it and run it the other way. The quarterback has even kept it and run it himself. So anyway, that's their number one play. And then they run what we call a GT, a counter scheme as well, pull the backside guard and tackle. And then they run a power scheme where they're actually doubling down and kicking out and just right off tackle. So it's power football. That's what they do. And again, when you see their offensive line, you'll see why they do that. They've got a couple of guys that tip over 300 probably. phenomenally. So they got some big kids up front that our kids are going to have to read well, get off the blocks, and pursue again. So it's going to be a physical contest.
What are some of the numbers of the skill players that you feel like we need to kind of keep our eye on?
One is Jamar Hewitt, and he's a good ball player. He's their best running back. They also Adrian Torres is a sophomore, number 24. He plays some running back for him as well. The quarterback is a kid named Travis Balcar, Balcar. And the quarterback is very adequate as far as what he does. They don't ask him to do a ton, but what he does very well. He can sprint out, and he can use a quick game, and they do a very good job with him. So, and then as I mentioned earlier, they've got some big guys up front. McCoylan Green, one tackle, is a senior, 77, and Delvin Morris, right guard, and he also plays nose. He's a junior. Like I said, both those guys are probably tipping in around 300. Big kids and big physical kids. So, you look up and see big orange jerseys roll around the backfield. That's, it's not uncommon because they are, again, like I said, very physical, and they'll get after it.
Hey everyone, my name is Riley Walker. I am not only a freshman at Lorena High School, but owner of Riley's Cookie Company. I got to turn my favorite hobby into a business. I create customizable sugar cookies. Are you looking for a sweet way to personalize your next special event? Contact Riley's Cookie Co. on Facebook or Instagram to place your order. I look forward to working with you.
H&M Landscape and Sprinkler is your one-stop shop for turning your dream vision for the environment outside of your home or business into a reality. From laying sod and installing sprinklers to the finer beautifying touches and year-round maintenance, H&M Landscape and Sprinkler can do it all. Whether you are looking to sell your home, attract more customers, or beautify your home to enjoy with family and friends, H&M Landscape and Sprinkler has the skill and expertise to get the job done just the way you want. Visit them online at hmlandscapeandsprinkler.com or call 254-732-6818. That's H&M Landscape and Sprinkler. And hello, everybody. David Gibson and Jared Brown coming to you live from Caldwell, Texas, home of the Hornets, down Highway 77 by way of 36 as well. And we are excited to be down here in South Central Texas, if you will, and for a really important ball game against a team here in beautiful Caldwell, Texas. It's a gorgeous evening. Leopards 4-0, looking to go 5-0 and clinch a district championship tonight. And Jared, just a big game.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's senior night here in Caldwell. They had a nice presentation before the game. We're certainly appreciative to the facilities that they're giving us tonight. With Stone right in front of us, but a big game for them. I know they've got some injuries on both sides of the ball in talking to some of their staff before the game. So look for a Caldwell team that's hungry to get a win on senior night and send these wonderful young men off with a victory.
Well, if you're sitting at home and you're wondering what kind of team are you going to see tonight in Caldwell, it's a power running game. They like their primary play. They center their offense around the buck sweep. A couple of guards being pulled. You probably heard Coach Viles talking about that in the pregame interview, but it's a power running game. And Jared, they're also they've got some nice skill set players. We'll talk about those first.
Yeah, definitely. So it looks like Travis Balser is going to go at quarterback tonight. Starting quarterback at the beginning of the year, Ryan Schupak tore an ACL, so he's been out for a while. So Balser's been taking the snaps. I know he's a little banged up tonight, but everything I've heard about him, he's a super tough kid, and so he's ready to go. His favorite target is Trey Burns. He's a tall 6'2" wide receiver, and they will throw him the ball anywhere on the field. Doesn't matter if he's not covered, single covered, double covered, they will throw it to him. He has the ability to kind of climb the ladder, as they say, go up and get the ball at any spot and come down with it. So the Leopards are really going to have their hands full with him at receiver tonight.
In the backfield, their main target is Hewitt, right?
Hewitt, and then also
Jamar Hewitt
and Aiden Torres both kind of split time in the backfield running the ball for the Hornets.
All right, we are actually about to have our national anthem, so we'll pause momentarily for that. There's your national anthem played by the Caldwell Hornets marching band. And Jared, you know, as much as we do have our eye there on the Caldwell Hornets, there's some interesting change-ups with the Lorena lineup as well.
Right. I mean, I noticed that looks like Jaden Porter is going to at least sit out for, if they can have him sit out for this game, still battling some concussion symptoms. We've also got Reed Mickna, I think, is not necessarily gonna play unless absolutely necessary. So that opens up kind of the running back position. Red Hansen kind of battling a groin injury. I think Caleb Blanick battling a little bit of a groin injury, so we're gonna need some guys to kind of step up tonight. So you're probably going to see Braylon Henry in the backfield a lot, maybe even Cameron Elston and Kason Pitts. And then on the defensive side of the ball, you're going to see Michael Moore playing some safety along with Jackson Generals, because Drew Britton is also out with a hamstring injury.
Well, and don't be surprised tonight if you see a little bit of Joe Gutshaw in the backfield as well. We'll talk more about that as the game progresses. The two teams are at midfield. Caldwell won the toss. They deferred, and Lorena has elected to receive. So Elijah Turley and Red Hansen out there for the Leopards. And the Leopards will go on offense. And Jared, so we're going to get a look at that, maybe a little bit different look at offense right away.
Yeah, I think obviously you mentioned Gutshaw. He may actually play some tight end tonight. And man, when you think about a guy that's about 6'4", 260, 270 coming around that line looking for somebody to block, it's kind of like just get out of the way and hope he doesn't do too much damage. So nonetheless, going to see some different looks. I expect the Leopards to try to establish running the ball early. We've got that offensive line that we've seen all year, and really a group that's been able to stay healthy and just really kind of take over some games and dominate. We saw last week, after kind of a subpar first half, they came out in the second half against a good Cameron team and drove the ball right down the field, 2 straight offensive drives to score touchdowns and kind of put that game away.
You know, it's an important game for the Leopards for a lot of reasons, but Coach Spiles referred to it as a bit of a trap game, because you've got a team that's playing a little bit better. They only lost to Rockdale by 4. They only lost to Troy by 1. And you've got a Leopards team a little bit dinged up and, in a situation where maybe they feel like they might be looking ahead a little bit to Rockdale, but hopefully the chance to get another goal ball will be enough to motivate the Leopards and just that excellent coaching that they've received all week long. So we are set to kick. Back for the Leopards. Braylon Henry. Kason Taylor has it. He's across the 30, looking for room. Trying to get to the outside. Now he makes a man miss, and he'll fall down right around the 35-yard line. Actually, that's Colton Dale.
Yeah, the 8 and the 6 just look so similar to each other, and especially when that jersey gets pressed down.
So sorry, Jared. Your starters on offense tonight at wide receiver Camden Brock. In the slot tonight, Caleb Carrizales. Normally that's a place for Kaysen Taylor. Inside receiver Michael Moore. Kai Ritchie at tight end, as Blanick is doing the backup role tonight there, if you will. Red Hansen at running back. Ryan Abel at quarterback. Your offensive line, the big red bulldozer, Riley Boozer, Wyatt Jones, Elijah Turley, Casey Disrins, and Marshall Grana. Here come the Leopards. Gonna fake the handoff and roll out. Going back this way, has Red Hansen. Jump ball, incomplete.
Yeah, interesting play on first down there, David, is kind of fake the handoff to Red Hansen. He kind of goes on a wheel route. Good job by Caldwell's Braxton Smith, number 17, kind of not being fooled, sticking with his responsibility, who was Hansen on that play, and he kind of breaks it up, and the ball falls to the turf incomplete to force second down.
Coach did mention to me off camera this week that we might see a little bit different of a calling sheet. A little different play selection this week. Here's Abel. Going to give it to Red Hansen, looking for room up the middle. He'll dive across the 35 up near the 38. So a pickup of about 4. That'll bring up 3rd down and 6 for the Leopards.
Yeah, and I think it's interesting to see the Leopards kind of, at least at that moment, they're running away from defensive end, number 79, Delvin Morris. He's somebody we need to keep an eye on. He's a big body there on that defensive front for Caldwell.
Here come the Leopards again. 3 wide, delay handoff on the draw to Hansen. He's hit, 40. Fights his way through a tackler up across the 45, and the big first down for the Leopards.
Yeah, good job by Red Hansen being patient on that draw play, following his blockers, goes through and picks up the first Jesse Bird Automotive first down, breaking through an arm tackle and then falling forward to get the yards needed for the first down.
10:57 on the clock, continues to run here in the first quarter from Caldwell, Texas. Caldwell with a burnt orange color to their uniforms. Here's a handoff to Kaysen Taylor. He's clogged up in the middle. He'll come to the near side. They stiff arm at the 50. Kaysen Taylor inside the 45. Close to another first down. We'll wait and see the spot.
Yeah, David, it looks like the young man he stiff armed, number 17, Braxton Smith, is going to be down. But yeah, solid job by Kaysen Taylor. If we have a chance. So take a look at the replay, but he did a great job kind of changing direction and then really switching the ball to his outside arm very quickly, and then coming around and picking up the yardage needed for a first down all the way out to cross midfield into Caldwell territory down to the 44-yard line.
He's up. He hobbling a little bit on that knee, but now he seems to be walking off okay.
And David, in talking to some of the Caldwell folks before the game, we found out that they are battling a lot of injuries, so you hate to see that for them, and Braxton Smith having to come out for at least for a play. Yeah. But the Leopards are going to be back in control first down.
Leopards in that all white, black helmet, red metallic Leopard. Here's Hansen looking for room. He'll run inside the 45 down to the 48, a pickup of about 1. So what do you think so far? Caldwell doing a nice job at the line of scrimmage, and Coach mentioned they got those 2 big
right. You got Delvin Morris, and then also Marquaylin Green, who made the tackle on that play, just kind of really kind of clogging that middle and not giving the Leopard running backs anywhere to go.
So far, Leopards keeping things on the ground. Abel and Hansen. Throw back this way. Caught by Camden Brock. He gets a couple of great blocks inside the 30. Camden Brock still on his feet. Slips 3 more tacklers inside the 10-yard line into the red zone for the Leopards.
And David, I think that was one of the things that Camden Brock is deceptively fast there, where he just catches it. It goes as a screen pass, and then Casey Disserens gets out there kind of, mowing the lawn, giving Brock plenty of room to run, and he takes it all the way down inside the 10-yard line to about the 7. So we're going to have first and goal for the Leopards.
Michael Moore alone here on the bottom of your screen. Kai Ritchie lined up at tight end will go in motion and then reset. They're going to give it to Hansen and run right behind him up the middle and into the end zone. Touchdown, Leopards.
Yeah, great job by that left side of that line. Riley Boozer and Disserens kind of opening up the hole, and Hansen went right behind him in for the Lynn's Pharmacy Hewitt touchdown.
And the Leopards go up by a score of 6-0. Nice opening drive here of the ball game. Certainly no sluggishness early, as Cole Nugent will come on for the kick. Generals is the holder. His kick is on the way and right through the fork, and it's good. 7-0 Leopards. We'll be right back with more of the Syntex Pond broadcast right after this. Syntex Pond boasts the highest quality customer service in the pond business. Syntex Pond loans more than the competition and has great retail prices on used goods. With locations in Waco, Temple, and now Hewitt, Syntex Pond is there when you need them. Visit 801 East Waco Drive in Waco or 1402 West Adams Avenue in Temple, and the brand new location at 520 North Hewitt Drive. Customer service, higher loans, and great retail prices. That's Syntex Pond. Welcome back into Caldwell, Texas, home of the Hornets. 9:11 left in the first quarter. Leopards take the opening drive after losing the toss and electing and receiving. Go march right down the field and pick up a big 6, an extra point. 7-0 Leopards on top.
David, one of the interesting things I wanted to point out, looking over at the American flag, it is hanging limp on the flagpole. So there doesn't seem to be much wind here in the stadium tonight. Obviously, the last couple of days in Central Texas, it's been really windy. Thought that might play a factor, but doesn't seem so here to start the ball game. So we'll look to see what the Leopards can do on this kickoff.
Look at Cameron Elston kicking off.
Or maybe, I think that may be Nugent.
Kick bounces out to 15. Need to get on it. Leopards are down there, and they've got them corralled up inside the 20. Yeah, I thought that way it looked like a 0 to me, but yeah, you're right on that. I was expecting it to be Nugent. But anyway, so chance to look at this defense for the Leopards tonight. Kaysen Taylor, Colton Dale are your cornerbacks. At free safety, Michael Moore and Jackson Generals. Leopards holding out Britton as well as Micknick. And at Braylon Henry at a linebacker spot, Cameron Elston, Colton Ferguson. So that's a sophomore, junior there in the middle. And then your defensive front, Camden Brock, Baxter Bankston, Joe Gutschall, and Cody Thorne. Handoff. Hewitt up near the 20. He'll pick up, looks like they'll give him about 4. So 2nd down and 6 there on 1st down.
Yeah, really good job by, I think that is Kaysen Taylor on that far side, coming up from his defensive back spot. Kind of just, you want to see this Leopard defensive line kind of stretch that out, not let Hewitt turn upfield, but he does pick up about 4 yards on 1st down.
So Caldwell is an interesting story. They got thumped by Cameron 70-0 and by Academy 49-0, but they played Troy and I'm blanking right now. Rockdale very close. So those are a couple of pretty good teams. Here's another handoff. He's going to pick up about 4 more. They're going to mark him down to 26. So about 3rd down and 2. Clock at 8:12 and running. Leopards up 7-0 on the Billy Kelly CPA scoreboard.
Better job by Cody Thorne and Baxter Bankston on that Leopard defensive front that time, kind of plugging the holes and bringing Hewitt down for a gain of 2. But it is going to bring up a 3rd, kind of a long one for the Hornets. Again, kind of in the, I refuse to call it a burnt orange because I don't want to disrespect Caldwell that way, but an orange color, all orange helmet, orange jersey, orange pants.
Here's the play. Going to hand it off, trying to fight his way up to the 1st down. Going to be close. I think they're going to spot him about a yard short. Leopards think maybe the ball came out.
Yeah, the ball definitely came out early, and it looks like Cameron Elston on the recovery for the Leopards.
How about that?
And David, that's interesting because it looked like the timing was off for the Caldwell offensive line and the backfield because the running backs kind of jumped early, but no flag was thrown. Leopards were able to force the ball loose, and that's why the whistle didn't blow when his forward progress was stopped. Ball gets stripped out, and Cameron Elston jumps on it, and big turnover for the Leopard defense, and now this Leopard offense back out on the field. 7:31 left to go in the first quarter on the Billy Kelly CBA scoreboard.
Here the Leopards come. Keep it. Throw it on the flat. Caught by Michael Moore. He'll be up in it immediately, inbounds. Maybe a pickup about a yard.
Yeah, it was an interesting exchange there as Abel fakes the handoff to Red Hansen. I think Hansen thought he was going to be taking it. Abel had to pull it out pretty quickly and then kind of throw it to Michael Moore, who wasn't quite able to get outside. And he's tackled for a minimal gain on 1st down.
Here come the Leopards again. Kai Ritchie in the backfield has a blocking tight end there. Hansen's the running back along with Abel. They fake it to Hansen. Looking downfield, lofts the ball towards the end zone. Has a man there. He's tackled at the goal line. No call. Incomplete.
Yeah, it was interesting. If he wasn't early, he got there just in time. And unfortunately, Abel didn't see Camden Brock, who had gotten behind his defender and was wide open in the back of the end zone on the left side. Nonetheless, falls incomplete, and it's going to be 3rd down and 9 for the Leopards.
Jared, I think we're having a little bit of an internet issue. Let's go ahead and take the play, if you will.
Okay. 3rd down and 9. Kai Ritchie, tight end's going to hand off to Red Hansen over the left side. He's going to break 2 tackles, 3 tackles. He falls forward all the way down to the 10-yard line. And he's going to pick up another Jessup Automotive first down, called the 11-yard line. Great job by Red Hansen following Kai Ritchie over the left side. And just some really tough running, and picks up a huge first down for the Leopards as they are continuing to drive the ball deep in Caldwell territory. Again, Abel, quarterback, Hansen to his right. Kai Ritchie goes in motion to the right alongside Michael Moore in a tight set. Abel's going to roll right, looking to pass. He's going to throw back to the left where he's got Joe Gutshaw wide open in the end zone. And the big tight end makes the catch for another Lynn's Pharmacy Hewitt touchdown. Great job by Abel, kind of selling the play, rolling to the right, which allowed Gutshaw to slip out and go over to the left corner of the end zone, where Abel hit him easily for the Lynn's Pharmacy Hewitt touchdown. Colton Nugent on for the extra point out of the Jackson General hold. Kick is up, and it is good. So with 6:05 remaining on the Billy Kelly CPA scoreboard in the first quarter, your Leopards now have a 14-0 lead. We'll take a quick break and come right back. We've kept it here. 6:05 left to go here in the first quarter. Leopards up 14-0. The ball is on the tee. It looks like Cole Nugent has it teed up, ready to kick off for the Leopards. Looks like back deep for Caldwell is Aiden Torres. It's going to be a short kick. And it's caught by number 17, Braxton Smith, who falls to his knees at about his own 32-yard line, where Caldwell will take over for their second drive of the game.
Hewitt ball care. Henry with the tackle for the win.
Come on, Hornets, let's go!
Okay, still trying to battle through some buffering issues. First down run for Caldwell with no gain. 2nd and 10 for the Hornets. Travis Balser at quarterback for Caldwell. He's going to hand off to Jamar Chase over the right side. Chase gets through the defensive line, out almost the first down yardage where he's tackled by Michael Moore. He is across the 40, out to about the 42-yard line, where it is going to be enough for a Caldwell first down as they move the chains. So Jamar Hewitt getting the ball early and often for this Caldwell offense and making something happen as he went over that right side of their offensive line. Picked up a gain of 10 for a Caldwell first down. Balser in kind of a shotgun formation. Jamar Hewitt to his right. And then you got two receivers split out either side. You got double tight end to the left. And we've got movement on the offensive line. Flag is down where it's going to be a false start against Caldwell. That'll back them up 5 yards to about their own 38-yard line, where it will still be first down, but now 1st and 15. Again, if you're just joining us, Leopards jump out to a quick 14-0 lead after the Leopard defense forced a fumble and recovered it on Caldwell's first drive. And that's after the Leopards had scored on their opening drive of the game. So 1st and 15 at the Caldwell 37-yard line. Balser in the backfield along with Jamar Hewitt and Laramie Pieper. He's going to throw the ball down the right sideline for Trey Burns. Falls incomplete. Solid coverage by Kason Taylor, with Michael Moore helping out at Jackson Generals as well. It's going to bring up 2nd and 15 for Caldwell. So again, you're going to have Travis Balser in the backfield, flanked by Jamar Hewitt and Laramie Pieper. Two receivers to the right, tight end to the left. Ball's going to be handed off to Hewitt, and he's going to be dragged down by Colton Ferguson after a gain of about 2, bringing up a long 3rd down for the Hornets. Solid job by Ferguson from his linebacker position, fighting through the blocks and wrapping Hewitt around his waist and dragging him down. So it looks like it's going to be about 3rd and 13. Ball sits at about the 39-yard line of Caldwell here in the first quarter. 3:40 as the clock runs. Your Leopards up 14-0. Got Kason Pitts, looks like Red Hansen, Joe Gutshaw, and Baxter Bankson on the line. Balser's going to fake. He's going to throw the ball deep down the field for Burns, and is going to be picked off by Michael Moore. He spins out of one tackle and returns the ball all the way up to about the Leopard 43-yard line. And Balser went for the deep pass, trying to get it out to Trey Burns, where he was really in triple coverage. And Michael Moore jumps up, makes the interception, and gets the ball, returns the ball back up to about the Leopard 42-yard line. And it looks like we do have a flag down on the far side of the field.
Flag on the play. So there it is. The flag's out there in the 48.
Have not seen a call yet. But the Leopard offense is coming out on the field. The penalty looked like it was holding against Caldwell. Leopards decline the penalty, and they will take over on offense on first down. So a huge turnover. The big interception by Michael Moore gives the Leopards the ball back here with 3:14 left to go in the first quarter.
Personal foul against the Hornets.
Sorry, it was a personal foul against the Hornets. So they're going to add 15 yards to the end of Moore's return, so it's going to take the ball into Caldwell territory at about the 47-yard line, where it'll be 1st and 10 for the Leopards, traveling left to right. So Abels gets a snap, fakes to Hansen, he's back to pass. He's going to go deep for Camden Brock, and his pass is going to be picked off by number 7, Connor Lee, where he's tackled immediately at about the 8-yard line by Camden Brock. It looked like Abel wanted to go for it all, and he just overthrew Brock, his intended receiver, where Caldwell's Connor Lee made the easy over-the-shoulder catch for the interception, and the Leopards turned the ball right back over to the Hornets. We'll keep it right here. 3:04 left to go in the first quarter. Leopards up 14-0 on the Billy Kelly CPA scoreboard. Leopards scored on their first 2 possessions, but then turned it over on that one play. The interception from Ryan Abel to Connor Lee. Caldwell back with it. You got Balser in the backfield with Hewitt and Pieper. He's going to fake. He tries to throw it out to Burns where it's almost picked off. Michael Moore jumped the route and he almost picked the pass off and took it in for 6, but Trey Burns is able to kind of disrupt it enough where the ball falls to the turf and incomplete. So it'll be 2nd and 10 for Caldwell at about their own, call it 8-yard line. Travis Balser in the backfield with Laramie Pieper. Jamar Hewitt, he's going to hand off to Hewitt, the deep man this time, where there's no real running room to go. Look like big Cody Thorne, Gutshaw, and Bankston along that Leopard defensive front in for the tackle. So a gain of about 3 on 2nd down, where it's going to bring up about 3rd down and 7 here for the Hornets in the first quarter. Clock continues to run as we're going to dip under 2.5 minutes here in the first quarter. Balser looks over to the sideline to get the play. Caldwell doesn't huddle. He's got Laramie Pieper to his right and Jamar Hewitt to his left. Snaps back. He's going to fake to both of them. He's going to throw a screen pass out to Pieper, and it kind of overthrows number 22, Laramie Pieper. Falls incomplete. Braylon Henry out on the coverage for the Leopards. So now it's going to be about 4th and 7 for Caldwell. Leopards make some substitutions. Hutton Scott into the game. And right now, it's difficult to tell if Caldwell's going to drop back and punt this ball, or if they're going to go for it. And it looks like Balser steps back, and he punts the ball. It's going to fall at about the 47-yard line, roll to about the 48, where the Leopards will take over on offense after about a 33-yard punt for Caldwell. So 2:01 left to go. Leopards up 14-0 on the Billy Kelly CPA scoreboard. Ryan Abel back out. He's got Michael Moore and Kason Taylor to his right, Camden Brock to his left. He's going to hand it off to Red Hansen. Hansen comes around the right side, attempts to get out of a tackle, nowhere to really run, and he's going to be tackled for about a 1-yard loss. Solid job by Laramie Pieper and Delvin Morris to keep Hansen from getting outside and dragging him down for the loss of a yard on 1st down. Leopards working quickly back to the line. Kyle Ritchie, a tight end on the right side, got 3 receivers to the left. Kason Taylor, Michael Moore, and Camden Brock. Red Hansen just to the left of Abel, who's about 4 yards back in a shotgun formation. Caldwell in a traditional 4-3 defensive format. Snap is back to Abel. He looks over the middle where the ball is juggled and then brought in by Michael Moore, where he breaks 3 tackles. There's nobody back there. He's going to run, jukes the guy to the left, and he's going to walk into the end zone for a huge Lens Pharmacy Hewitt touchdown. The ball hit Moore in the hands. He stayed with it, and I think the Caldwell defenders converged on him and just missed, thinking that he had dropped the ball. He pulls it in and runs in for what's going to go down as a 48-yard touchdown pass from Ryan Abel to Michael Moore. Cole Nugent is on for the extra point. Out of the hold of Jackson Generals, Casey Disseren's the snapper. Snap is down. Snap is back. Ball is down, and the kick is up and through. So with 1:08 remaining in the first quarter, the Leopards take a 21-0 lead over the Caldwell Hornets. want to give credit to David Gibson, who's handling both the producer and play-by-play role tonight as he works to get the technical difficulties worked out. Leopards back out. Cole Nugent with the ball on the tee, ready to kick this ball off for the Leopards. Jamar Hewitt and Aiden Torres back deep. See if the Leopards elect to go with a short kick again. It's a high pooch kick. Caught at about the 20-yard line by number 13, Jamin White. He's tackled almost immediately out of bounds by Colton Ferguson, Cameron Elston, and Jackson Generals. So Caldwell will take over at about their own 26-yard line here. 1:03 left to go in the first quarter. Your Leopards up 21-0. Following a 48-yard touchdown pass to Michael Moore.
They will start first and 10 on the 27.
So Travis Balser back out under center, or actually back in the shotgun. He's got Laramie Pieper to his right. Two receivers to his left, one to his right. Jamar Hewitt's going to go in motion, take the jet sweep. He's going to get upfield, where he picks up about a gain of 4 on first down, tackled by Jackson Generals, who comes up from his free safety spot to make the tackle. Call it a gain of 5 on first down. So really good job by Jamar Hewitt, kind of taking the jet sweep handoff and then getting upfield quickly, breaking through a couple of Leopard tackles before Generals brings him down at about the 32-yard line, where it'll be 2nd and 5 for the Hornets.
30 seconds left here in the first quarter. I think we might have gotten the Wi-Fi situation worked out. Not sure exactly why. We have plenty of bars on the AT&T hotspot, 5G coverage. That shouldn't have a problem, but for whatever reason it does. Here's the handoff, coming to the near side, getting pursued from behind, wrapped up and tackled around the 30-yard line by Colton Dale, and that was Jamar Hewitt.
Yeah, solid job by Colton Dale with the open field tackle. And I think, you know, we've known nothing else about Colton Dale. He's not afraid to take on anybody, no matter how big or small. So, David, that's going to take us to the end of the first quarter.
Yeah.
Your Leopards up 21-0 here on the Billy Kelly CPA scoreboard.
You might text in Cody and let him know we're back up. So, okay. Let's go ahead and see if we can't get to commercial break. So, apologize for the technical difficulties, guys. It's not really on our end. I'm not sure exactly what's going on with the Wi-Fi, but I think we've got it fixed for now. And we'll be right back after this commercial break.
Auto repair. All you really want is to be treated fairly and to have it done right the first time. Well, Lorena's own Jesse Britt has been doing just that for over 20 years. Jesse Britt's Automotive is a full-service repair shop that can handle any of your automotive needs. Jesse's highly trained staff handles both foreign and domestic repairs, offers competitive pricing, and 100% customer satisfaction. Jesse Britt's Automotive even offers a free shuttle service to help ease your burden while you wait. So the next time you are faced with an auto repair, trust Jesse Britt to treat you fairly and to do it right the first time. Jesse Britt's Automotive, where they discount the price, not your service.
And welcome back into Caldwell, Texas. David Gibson, Jared Brown here from Hornet Stadium. Balser in the backfield, along with Hewitt. Fake it to him. Quick pass knocked down at the line of scrimmage by Camden Brock, and Kason Pitts was there in a hurry.
Yeah, Kason Pitts obviously coming from his defensive end spot, David, really shot through there. And then he had Camden Brock coming around the other side as Balser was trying to throw a screen pass to Laramie Pieper, and Brock just skied up and blocked it like it was a shot going up to a basket, and slams it down into the turf for an incompletion. But solid, really solid play by this Leopard defense, which puts Caldwell in another 4th down situation.
11:56 on the clock. Caldwell going for it deep in their own territory, unless we're about to see a quick kick. He takes a step back like we are, and we will see a quick kick. Wobbling kick. You're going to be fielded around the 36-yard line. Puts it on the turf. Now picks it up. Look out. He's got an edge there. Coming back to the middle. If he gets a couple of blocks, he's gone. And Jackson Generals all the way down inside the red zone. What a run there by Jackson.
And David, so that's the second time tonight we've seen the Leopards kind of mishandle a ball in the air, but he has the presence of mind to pick it up, shoots up the right sideline, then cuts back across all the way left, gets some solid blocks from Colton Dale, and he brings it all the way back down inside the certainly inside the Caldwell 30.
Thought I heard the PA guy say that there was a flag down, but I don't see one. Do you?
Oh, there is one on the far side. It looks like we have a personal foul against Lorena, so it'll be first down. So it looks like it'll be backed up 15 yards.
Well, it sounds like Joe Gutshaw found the end zone, like we thought he might.
Gutshaw found the end zone, and then Michael Moore on a phenomenal kind of just a skinny post up the middle. He bobbled the ball, caught it, and then ran it into the end zone. Leopards got it off its midfield.
Ryan Abel standing at his 45 and comes in motion. They give it to him. That's Colton Dale. He's inside the 45. Colton Dale 40. Colton Dale trying to get to the end zone. 20, 15, 10. You're not going to catch him. Touchdown, Leopards.
And just a great job really by Colton Dale. I mean, obviously following his blockers, and then a great job if we take a look at the CF Supply replay. You're going to see a huge block there by Camden Brock, just pushing the guy, but just pushing Blaine Garza out of the way enough for Colton Dale to win a race to the end zone. So great job by Brock blocking on that allows Dale to go into the end zone for the Lynn's Pharmacy Hewitt touchdown.
Well, and hey, little Leopards at home, pay attention to that. The reason Colton Dale's in the end zone right now is because of Camden Brock and that excellent blocking of the entire offensive team there. There's a kick on the way, low wobbler. It looks like it's going to be good, and it is. So our score will move to 28-0. Leopards on top of Caldwell. We're going to try to take a quick commercial break and come back with more of the Syntex Pond broadcast right after this. Syntex Pond boasts the highest quality customer service in the pond business. Syntex Pond loans more than the competition and has great retail prices on used goods. With locations in Waco, Temple, and now Hewitt, Syntex Pond is there when you need them. Visit 801 East Waco Drive in Waco or 1402 West Adams Avenue in Temple and the brand new location at 520 North Hewitt Drive. Customer service, higher loans, and great retail prices. That's Syntex Pond. And welcome back into Caldwell, Texas, here in Hornet Stadium. David Gibson and Jared Brown. Bobby Stone in the stands tonight with the camera. There's no filming platform here in Caldwell. And so he's filming from the stands. That's happened a couple other times this year, but so far so good. 28-0. Your Leopards on top 11-22 here left in the second quarter. Scoreboard currently says first. That's not right. It's the second. Get that fixed. And the Leopards are set to kick off. Cole Nugent about to do the honors. He looks at his team. Everybody says they're ready. Swings his leg. Kick down the middle of the field. Going to be caught. And there's a reverse. Trying to catch the Leopards nap in. Not going to go anywhere, though, as Cameron Elston is there to lay the wood right around the 25-yard line and push him backwards.
Yeah, I think that you had Jamar Hewitt catching the kickoff and then handing it off to Aiden Torres on the reverse. Leopards weren't fooled. David, while we got a little bit of a break here, we talk about the opportunity that we have to broadcast these games and reach people all over the state of Texas, if not all over the country. So want to give a quick shout out to somebody listening out in Level Land. That's kind of up toward the Panhandle. Scott Browder, uncle of Dalen and Braden Browder from the squads last year and years past, listening. So certainly appreciate him listening all the way out in Levelland.
I got another one as well. Cody Lewis told me someone else is listening out in Florida, so we'll mention that here momentarily as well. Hand off to Hewitt. He's up the middle, not a lot there. Picks up about 3. But Cody Lewis, Lane Bryant, listening from Florida tonight. So Florida, Levelland, we've got people all. So Lane, thanks for listening in.
Levelland is one of my favorite states, or favorite cities in the state of Texas.
Right.
Because Robert Earl Keen has a song called Levelland.
Gotcha.
Where he talks about as far as you can point your hand. So I've always wanted to go through there someday. It's way out in kind of the panhandle of our great state.
Colton Dale, Kaysen Pitts cornerbacks. Everybody kind of in tight on this formation. Fake it to Hewitt, look to throw. Up in the air, intercepted. Michael Moore, nothing but green between him and one blocker. He is going to be into the end zone. Touchdown, Leopards.
And wow, I mean, just when you think things can't get worse for Caldwell, they do, as the ball hits off of Trey Burns' hands into the waiting arms of Michael Moore. And so he's now scored a touchdown on both offense and defense. And again, a solid blocking by the rest of the Leopard contingent. And Kason Pitts makes a huge block that allows Moore to score.
10:20 left on the clock here in the second quarter of play. Cole Nugent on for the duties of extra point. Kick is on the way. Kick is good. And the Leopards go to 35-0. Right back with more Syntex Pond broadcast of Lorena Leopards football right after this.
Recently discovered Bankston's whenever I was hanging out with my dad. We came by. Being a huge fan of most anything nerd related, I came in, saw all the collectibles, and kind of lost my mind a little bit. Bankston's has most every franchise that I can think of. Collectibles for everyone from high-end spenders down to people who are just there to look for comics.
Individuals are always looking for something that's going to be exceptional, and I think that's what we achieve.
And welcome back into Hornet Stadium. David Gibson and Jared Brown here tonight with you, watching your Leopards up 35-0 early. And Jared, 35-0 here in the second quarter. Obviously well on our way to a district championship. Something to think about going forward here. At what point do you think about, well, let's try out some of our depth a little bit? And I know we're a little bit light on depth tonight.
Yeah, I think we'll definitely see that. And you just think about the one thing for Caldwell, that in a game like this, to have any chance, you can't turn the ball over. And that's now, 2 turnovers for them. The fumble on the very first drive of the game, and then this interception return for a touchdown. So yeah, just things feel like they can't get any worse for Caldwell. Just going all cylinders for the Leopards.
Aiden Torres back to receive the kick. He'll catch it inside the 10, and now he'll give it off to Hewitt. Hewitt's trying to get to the near side, and he's going to be banged down right around the 16-yard line. And that's the second time they tried that reverse, Jared. Not a lot of success either time on that. What do you think they're thinking is there?
Well, I think the idea is you want to try to get the Leopards leaning one way or the other. The problem is that the Leopards do a good job on their kickoff return team, kind of staying in their lanes, and so there's really nowhere to go. So you saw, Jackson General's kind of staying in his lane, and Chase got around him, but wasn't able to get around Kason Taylor. So, Caldwell's going to start off the ball inside their own 20 at about their own 17-yard line.
Travis Balser, the quarterback.
And really, you can't fault him on that last play. I mean, it hit his receiver in the hand, just kind of popped up, and Moore was right there.
Balser has it, gives it up to Hewitt. He bobbles the snap, and now he's going to be pushed backwards after Baxter Bankston wraps him up right around the 15-yard line.
Yeah, Bankston and Elston kind of coming up, and like you said, David, the ball kind of bobbled a little bit on the exchange between Balser and Hewitt, which allowed the Leopards to get there quickly for a loss of 1 on first down.
Well, with the internet troubles that we had, the good news is that the plays were being recorded, so we have those on an SD card. So I will be able to upload some of those highlights that we missed, and as our Wi-Fi was spotty for some reason, but. Good AT&T 5G, should be good, and is right now. Here's Balser, he hands it off. That's Hewitt, he gets through the first wave, but he won't get through the second. Tackled that around the 20-yard line by Michael Moore. That'll bring up about 3rd and 8.
David, I think you put it best to say that he got past the first wave, but he couldn't get past the second. And that's what's so encouraging about this Leopard defense is, you may get past Gutshaw, Bankston, Pitts, Ritchie, but then right behind it, you got guys like Braylon Henry, Colton Ferguson, Cameron Elston, Michael Moore, Jackson Generals, all these guys just ready and not afraid to come up and lay a lick.
And look at this. You got Gutshaw and Brock as your ends, Pitts and Bankston in the middle. Deep throw downfield, got a man there, almost caught. That was intended for Burns, and that's their kind of go-to play on the pass play, Jared, but nothing there. Great coverage by the Leopards.
Yeah, it looked like Colton Dale on the coverage there, just running with him step for step. And I think we had said earlier, if it's a jump ball, then Burns has definitely got the advantage there. But Balzer was kind of trying to hit him in stride. And a lot of the Caldwell fans kind of wanted a flag as there was a lot of hand fighting going on, but just incidental contact.
Here's the kick. Nothing going right now for Caldwell. Going to bounce inside their territory. Picked up by Generals. He's at the 30. He's trying to make a few man miss. He does inside the 20. General's still on his feet. He'll be popped around the 15-yard line. And Leopards once again starting with great field position here in the second quarter with 8:29 left on the clock.
Yeah, interesting. Not have it's that they got Jackson Generals back there returning punts. Maybe that's the kind of because you don't have Drew Britton tonight, so Generals back there doing it, and he does a phenomenal job. Just takes that ball on the bounce, and did have a flag down at about the 35-yard line. So all that phenomenal return looks like the Leopards were caught holding. So that's going to come all the way back to about the Caldwell 45-yard line, where this Leopard offense will come out. 8:29 left to go in the second quarter on the Billy Kelly CPA scoreboard. Leopards up 35-0.
Leopards dominating the field position battle here tonight. I'm not sure we've had a drive start on our own end of the field except for the first one, maybe. Been close if it isn't. Here's Abel. Kason Taylor goes in motion. He'll set in the backfield. Hands it off to Rhett. Rhett running to the far side. Got a lot of great blocking downfield inside the 35, down near the 30. First down, Leopards.
And Debbie, you mentioned a lot of great blocking down the field, but that started by the blocking on the offensive line, which allowed Kason Taylor to go out of the backfield, comes around end, and then he's able to make a kick-out block, and then Hanson just runs all the way up across the 30 for a big Jessup Automotive first down, but it looks like they're going to throw a flag for a block in the back. So 2 plays in a row, holding and now blocking the back against the Leopards. And David, it's we're down here. I think they call this area the Brazos Valley. I like to call it Strelski country. So Leopard Athletic Association board member Eric Strelski from the Milano area. A lot of friends and family down here in Rockdale, and will be cheering the Leopards on.
Eric hooked us up with some barbecue one time. Here's Abel looking to throw. Goes deep downfield. One-on-one battle just over the hands of the intended receiver, but he was being held, and they're going to throw a flag there on Caldwell.
Right. It looks like Camden Brock had beat him to the outside. Had beat Blaine Garza to the outside. Garza couldn't do anything but just kind of grab his jersey and take him down. So we're going to be pass interference against Caldwell. So being that it was so far down the field, it'll just be a 15-yard penalty from the previous spot, but an automatic first down for the Leopards.
We have a chance to get Cody caught up at all. I know it's going to be really difficult. Efforting on that. Gosh, appreciate it. Ball moved down to the 32-yard line on the penalty. Michael Moore, Caleb Carrizales, and Kason Taylor in the slot over here. Pitching it to Hanson, trying to get to the edge. Breaks a tackle, 30-25. Hanson lowers his shoulder, knocked out of bounds right around the 21-yard line.
And just really tough running by Red Hanson. He kind of just puts a stiff arm out. Stiff arms Laramie Pieper to the ground. He's got to be real careful that he doesn't get his hand up in the face mask, because they can call that as an offensive face mask, or you don't want to get your finger stuck in there. So, yeah, solid run by Hanson on first down.
Here's Abel looking to throw again. Far side of the field, got a man out there. Too tall, incomplete. That'll bring up 3rd down and 1.
And that's where he had Kason Taylor wide open in the, on the out route, and just kind of put a little bit too much on it. You could really see him step into the throw and overthrows Taylor to bring up 3rd down and 1 for the Leopards.
I'm betting this is going to Red Hanson. Carrizales in motion. Hand it off to Hanson. He's looking for room. Jumps over the tackler. It's going to be very close. Depends on the spot. We'll wait and see.
Looks like the near side officials got him marked at about the 22, which I think would be about a yard short, but they're going to mark it all the way back to the 23.
It's always dangerous when the running back kind of leaves his feet, especially in a short yardage situation like that.
He's got no leverage at that point, and he's subject if he gets hit. He can't stalemate. He's going to go backwards. So, and David, honestly, it looks like the Leopards are going to stay out and go for it, or they're going to let the clock run all the way down. That's what they're going to do.
Wouldn't mind seeing Nugent. Well, now they come to the line of scrimmage. Taylor comes and sets in the backfield with Red Hansen alongside Abel. Handed off to Hansen. Fights his way forward. Looks like he's going to have the first down near the 20. And he does. He picks up a big Jesse Britt Automotive first down. Leopards keep the ball and keep the clock running.
Yeah, David, like what you said, I think at some point we want to see Cole Nugent come on and try to kick a field goal.
Yeah.
But obviously up 35-0. This is more of a situation of you're trying to grind the clock and kind of get this ball game to halftime.
Leopards 4-0 on district play, 6-2 on the year. Played really some great football this season, even in the 2 losses, playing the number 1 ranked team in 3A Division 2 and the number 6 team in 4A Division 2. 3A Division, 4 Division 2. Here's the handoff. Up the middle, big hole, 10-5, Red Hansen, touchdown Leopards.
Yeah, just solid job going over the left side of that offense right past Cody Disserens and Riley Boozer as we take a look at the CF Supply replay. Looks like Jackson Blackwell in there as well. And Hansen just following his blockers and makes it real easy to run in for a Lynn's Pharmacy Hewitt touchdown.
Leopards go to 41-0 right here in the second quarter. And Nugent on to try to add another kick. Kick is on the way. Kick is good. So 42-0 now. We'll take another break. We'll be right back with more of the Syntex Pond broadcast of Lorena Leopards football right after this message from Billy Kelly, CPA. CPA and the Dutton Harris & Company CPAs are focused on meeting the needs of small to medium independent businesses. With expertise in strategic accounting and tax services, Billy Kelly CPA and the Dutton Harris & Company CPAs will provide you with the structure planning, estate planning, compliance, and accounting your business needs. Put the experts to work for you. Billy Kelly CPA and the Dutton Harris & Company CPAs PLLC. Call 432-682-0963 or go online at dhc-pca.net. And welcome back into Hornet Stadium here in Caldwell, Texas, down in the Brazos River Valley. Thanks for the geography lesson there, Jared. Appreciate it. And Leopards up 42-0 here in the second quarter of play, and well on their way to a second consecutive district championship here in 11-3A. And playing really well tonight and having some guys that maybe don't normally start in those roles, although I like the way you put it on the way down here, Jared. It's like the number of players that can play the number of positions on this team. There are starters, but really it's almost more about minutes because these guys can all play in multiple positions.
Right, so it's more about reps at the positions that they may need to come in and serve as a backup in later in the playoffs.
Here's Cole Nugent. He swings his leg, low line drive kick. Going to be caught off the face mask, actually. Up to the 20, 25. Leopards down there on the turf. And I think the Leopards have it, and they do. Wow, another really rough break there for Caldwell. Leopards recover inside the 15-yard line. That line drive kick right off the face mask. I don't know if I can still catch that on the face.
And that's Grayson Collins on the kickoff team, just down there as the ball hit. I believe that was Aiden Torres right in the face mask. Karam's off, and Grayson Collins, good to see the junior wide receiver defensive back down there and jumping on the ball. But again, it just seems like the Hornets right now just can't get out of their own way.
Yeah.
And I know
is that 3 or 4? 4? I think it might be 4. 4 first half turnovers for Caldwell. Here comes Ryan Abel. Red Hansen still in the game over there. Joe Gutshaw line up at tight end. 2 tight ends. Richie moves. They do blow it. Richie kind of fell forward there right before the snap. And they're going to call a false start against the Leopards. That'll march it backwards.
And David, I think this is where you want to look at things like that, where you don't want to have pre-snap penalties. Just not what you're looking for at this point in the season. You want to kind of tighten those things up. I think in a game like this, that's really what you want to focus on is tightening up a lot of those smaller things.
Here come the Leopards. Kyle Ritchie goes in motion. Ryan Abel has it, hands it off to Red Hansen, looking for room. Has a nice hole open right up the middle, down inside the 15 to the 13.
And
it's going to be interesting to see if they call a chop block here on Kai Ritchie. So we wait for the call.
They do call a chop block.
Yeah,
he hasn't given it yet, but I mean,
it looked like, and this is one of those situations where if a defensive lineman is engaged with a player, then you can't come in and cut him. Now, it certainly didn't look like. Yeah, they're going to wave it off. He was not engaged, and Ritchie made a solid cut block, which is kind of what sprung Red Hansen through the hole.
Camden Brock, Michael Moore, 2 wideouts right now. 2 tight end formations, so Leopards looking over to the line of scrimmage to get a call. Other games going on in the district tonight. McGregor at Cameron, Troy at Rockdale. Of course, the Leopards will face Rockdale next week. Here comes Turley and the Leopards out of the huddle, that big red bulldozer. Joe Gutshaw's lined up right now. Kyle Ritchie right behind him. Look for these guys to go right up behind them. They don't. They come this way. Stiff arm by Red Hansen. He'll be knocked off his pins down around the 10. And that'll bring up about a 3rd down and 2.
And interesting, it looked like Hansen didn't think he was down as he landed on top of Laramie Pieper, bounced up to his legs, and kept running, but they're going to rule him down by contact.
Yeah.
At about the 10-yard line.
I mean, he might have an argument looking at that replay. It looked like his...
Definitely one to save and look at again later.
Yeah. 4:35 left on the Billy Kelly CPA scoreboard. Here from Caldwell, Texas. Ryan Abel waiting on the snap with Red Hansen back there. Give it to Rhett, looking for room. Got a block, got a hole, barrels his way forward. Another flag down around the 5-yard line. And I'm telling you, Jared, as he makes it into the end zone, pretty sure it's coming back. But what's going on with all the flags on holding?
Right, and obviously, depending on how the officiating crew is looking at it, I mean, you make the argument you could call holding on every play. And it was kind of thrown down, kind of past the line of scrimmage, so it'll be 10 yards from the spot. So I'm not sure how far it's going to back the Leopards up, only to about the 11-yard line. So
the good news is it's running a lot of clock. Michael Moore split out wide to the right. Camden Brock here to the near side. Leopards look like they just want to grind the clock down here. Don't blame them. Here's Hansen up the middle again. He's met at just past the line of scrimmage. They'll pick up of about 3 or 4. Here's another 2 flags.
Wow, and that one, the referee threw that one as high as he could in the air, which is typically a penalty after the play.
Look at it on the CF Supply replay here. Oh, 2 swings right there on 62. That's pretty clear. And
he just took swings at Riley Boozer. Not what you want to do. That's Garrett Tittle. And let's see what we're going to have here. Personal foul against Caldwell. And interesting to see, typically you can see a player get ejected for throwing a punch like that.
Yeah, well, and he threw 2, but it looks like to me the official held up a 1 sign as though that were his first infraction.
Right, but I mean, typically for a punch getting thrown, it can be an ejection.
Jared, tell you what, we're a little behind on breaks with all the internet trouble. Let's take another one here real quick. Leopards up 42-0, 3:36 left in the game, in the first half. Right back after this message.
Did you know that half of Americans who use mail-order pharmacy miss their medications due to late delivery? Well, Lynn's Pharmacy Hewitt offers all the conveniences of the large corporate pharmacies, but also offers fast, friendly service and the convenience of a local drive-thru and free delivery. Free delivery! If you are in need of a flu shot, now is the perfect time to visit Lynn's Pharmacy Hewitt with no appointment necessary. Come by 511 North Hewitt Drive or call us at 254-666-5000. Stop waiting on the mail. Try Lynn's Pharmacy Hewitt and let us take the frustration out of your pharmacy experience today.
So Caldwell, welcome back in to Hornet Stadium. David Gibson, Jared Brown. 42-0 Leopards just dominating the game. Caldwell really shooting themselves in the foot. I mean, obviously the Leopards are playing extremely well, but we've had, it feels like 10 possessions in the first half. But Caldwell calls that timeout, tries to regroup, just says, hey, guys, let's keep our heads here. But Leopards facing now 1st and goal from the 7-yard line. Kai Ritchie in motion. Red Hansen's gone the whole way at tailback so far. They give it to him again. He's up the middle. He is going to run almost untouched into the end zone. Touchdown, Leopards.
Yeah, and just, David, really, after going over the left side of the line before, now he goes over that right side of that line with Wyatt Jones and Marshall Vrana, and just really kind of goes around just the simple zone around to the right and into the end zone for another Lynn's Pharmacy Hewitt touchdown.
Cole Nugent on for the kick. Kick is on the way. It's low, but it is good. So Leopards go up 49-0.
Kick is good.
And we'll take another commercial break. You're listening to Lorena Leopards football on the Syntex Pond broadcast. Back with more right after this.
40 years, CF Supply Inc. has been serving the interior commercial construction industry needs of Texas. We are a quality supplier of drywall, metal framing, Armstrong acoustical ceilings, joint compound, and commercial wood and metal door openings. We are also a proud distributor of major brands such as Armstrong Ceiling Systems, Schlage, Von Duprin, Sargent, Corbin Russwin, and LCN. Contact CF Supply Inc. today for all of your interior construction needs. You'll find us online at cfsupplyinc.com. Build with CF Supply.
And welcome back into Hornet Stadium. David Gibson, Jared Brown. Leopards up 49-0 here in the second quarter of play. 3:49 left on the clock. I'm going to remind you all touchdowns this season, all 7 of them so far in this game, brought to you by Lynn's Pharmacy Hewitt touchdown. That extra point kick and the upcoming kickoff brought to you by Bankston, your source for sports memorabilia, comics, and collectibles. And don't forget, Jared, we'll need to have the magic word for Butter My Biscuit as well tonight to tell people. Apparently that's going very well, huh? Lots of people coming in and saying that David and Jared sent them, and here's the word, right?
And they're even doing it into the next week. So I talked
we need to make that clear. It's Saturday morning.
Saturday morning only.
Saturday morning. Come in and maybe, I don't know, maybe if you beg later in the week. But no, Saturday morning, guys, is the perfect time to go in for their, God, you know what? I'm thinking I don't know. I'm trying to cut out sugar, which is an awful thing to do when you want to butter my biscuit. All right, here's the Cole Nugent. Here he comes, swings his leg, toe meets leather, drive downfield, caught around the 15. Looking for room and hit hard down right across the 20-yard line, and then that's where Caldwell will take over.
And that's Jacob Jackson, David, for the Leopards, number 36, and I think that's one of the things now as you see some of these guys getting in the ball game who don't normally play. They want something to prove. They're getting playing time. They're going to give it their all, and so great job by Jackson, kind of staying in his lane, following the ball, and just making a really solid hit on Aiden Torres as he brings the kickoff back.
I want to remind you that kick on all kicks this season brought to you by Bankston's. And here comes Caldwell.
So just say that 7 more times in the first half to account for all the extra points, David.
I know. And the kickoffs, and I'm telling you. Here comes Caldwell. Torres in the backfield. Up the middle. Not going to really get much there. Leopards are there after a pickup of about 1. And
so, yeah, again, Jacob Jackson on the tackle there along with Hutton Scott. As we've got some guys getting into the ball game now. Scott on that defensive line, along with Kason Pitts, Cody Thorne, and Baxter Bankston. You got Jacob Jackson in there at linebacker. It looks like he's coming in. He's coming for Braylon Henry, along with Colton Ferguson, the junior. And David, he's somebody I want to talk about here in a minute. Kind of a neat story with Ferguson.
Michael Moore and Jackson Generals are the safeties tonight, as Andrew Britton and Bickney getting a little breather. Bowser hands it off to Burns. Sorry, that's Hewitt. Hewitt falls forward under the 25-yard line after that's a pickup of about another 1, and that'll bring up 3rd down and 8. And I'll tell you, I mean, Caldwell just struggling. They're really struggling.
Right. Yeah, just struggling to get out of their own way. And we talked about Colton Ferguson earlier. David, 4 weeks ago, he wasn't playing on Friday nights. He was playing on Thursday nights. Doing a really phenomenal job at on the JV, and then just because of injuries and whatnot, they bring him up for the McGregor game, and now he finds himself starting tonight for this Leopard defense. So really good job to see him doing a great job after not playing at all last year.
Travis Balser is the quarterback. He wants to throw a lot of pressure up the middle, fires a pass downfield, one-on-one, caught! Caldwell racing towards the end zone. It's a foot race. Trying to wrap him up, and finally doing that is Grayson Collins.
Yeah, great job by Collins. He kind of got beat there to the inside by Jamin White. I don't think White knew the ball was coming, and then it really just hit him in the hands, so a really good throw by Travis Balser under tremendous pressure from Baxter Bankston, who was looking to get a butter my biscuit sack. Balser gets the ball off. It hits Jamin White in the hands, and he's off to the races. So really credit Grayson Collins running him down and making the tackle when there was nothing between the end zone and White but Grayson Collins.
1:58 left on the second quarter clock here before halftime. Leopards up 49-0, 1:58. By far the most excitement that the fans on the near side have been able to experience tonight, as Caldwell has made it into the red zone. Obviously at this point playing for pride, and this town and community certainly wants to see their young men excel. Laramie Pieper is in there in the backfield. They're going to give it to Hewitt. He's looking for room. Leopards with great penetration. They're going to knock him down for no gain.
Yeah, good job by Cameron Elston coming up from his outside linebacker spot to kind of take the outside away, which forced Hewitt to go back in the middle where he was upended by Casey Pitts coming in from his defensive end.
Clock running at 1:30.
Come on, offense! Block somebody!
Balser hands it off. Hewitt up the middle, gets a little bit of a surge, a pickup of about 2. That's 3rd down and 8 now. They need the 6. Sorry, they need the 4 to pick up another first down. Clock running at 1:10 here before halftime.
Comes up by the bottom of that cat pile.
David Gibson, Jared Brown coming to you live from Hornet Stadium in Caldwell, Texas.
Game ball tickets there will be national as soon as the buzzer closes.
Pieper, and Balser. Balser's going to throw, throws it out there to Laramie. It's behind him, incomplete. Laramie Pieper, that is. Good coverage that time.
Yeah, Jacob Jackson kind of had him pressed to the kind of almost to the sideline, using that sideline as an additional defender. And the ball was kind of behind Pieper. 41 seconds left to go here in the first half. And if you're down 49-0, do you try to kick a field goal here? Do you try to put the ball in the end zone? Do you want to just get points on the board?
Well, if you're listening to the fans on the near side, you definitely want to get a field goal. Take a break real quick, Jared. Right back after with the results of that call here in a moment. 49-0, Leopards on top. Right back.
Did you know that half of Americans who use mail-order pharmacy miss their medications due to late delivery? Well, Lynn's Pharmacy Hewitt offers all the conveniences of the large corporate pharmacies, but also offers fast, friendly service and the convenience of a local drive-thru and free delivery. Free delivery. If you are in need of a flu shot, now is the perfect time to visit Lynn's Pharmacy Hewitt with no appointment necessary. Come by 511 North Hewitt Drive or call us at 254-666-5000. Stop waiting on the mail. Try Lynn's Pharmacy Hewitt and let us take the frustration out of your pharmacy experience today.
Welcome back into Hornet Stadium. 41 seconds on the clock here before halftime. Caldwell takes a timeout, trying to decide what to do on 4th down and 8. Trying to get that egg off the goose egg, if you will, off the stadium here. And it looks like they are going to go for it. Balser has Hewitt right behind him. Officials blow the play.
And he had Laramie Pieper open in the flat.
Called another timeout.
Sure
did.
If they had run the play, Pieper was open, but nonetheless, Caldwell calls his 3rd final timeout.
So we have a chance. Let's see if we can check up on some of these other district scores. Troy at Rockdale and McGregor at Cameron Yo. Of course, right now we know 4 teams will make it to the playoffs out of District 11 3A.
So it looks like just before halftime, over just down the street in Rockdale, Rockdale leads Troy 21-12, and then a little north of here that we drove through on the way down in Cameron, the Yeomen lead McGregor 20-13. About 4 minutes left to go in the first half. for them.
20-13. Well, so that Rockdale-Troy game is pretty much for, obviously anything can happen next week as well. Rockdale's got to face the Leopards, and I'm not sure who Troy needs to face, but that could be for that final playoff spot. Balser in the shotgun. Throws it towards the end zone. Going to be a jump ball for Burns. It's there, knocked up in the air, incomplete, no flags, Leopards ball.
And David, just really good.
Actually, that wasn't Burns, I'm sorry.
Really good coverage by Kaysen Taylor over there, as he had really good coverage on Jamin White, the receiver who made the long catch and run to get the Hornets down and deep into Leopard territory. And just good job by Taylor, turning around, finding the ball, and then jumping and disrupting the play where it falls harmless to the turf in the end zone. So the Leopards will take over at their own 12-yard line. 34 seconds left to go here in this first half.
Got to think the Leopards want to just burn the clock here, get to halftime. Talk about the second half. There's a handoff to Rhett. He's up the middle, be knocked. Ball's on the turf. Official's going to say he was down, but that ball came out. They will call him down. That'll bring up second down. Clock running, though, 24, 23, 22 seconds. That should take us to the end of the first half.
Yeah, Leopards content to let the clock run out and go to halftime up 49-0 as the last few seconds tick off of the Billy Kelly CPA scoreboard here in the first half. But it's been all Leopards all first half.
It sure has. 49-0. Clock's at 0 now. We'll take a commercial break and come back with our halftime show. Your Lorena Leopards marching band and legacy dance team, as well as maybe some college football talk. There's a big game in the area tomorrow, Jared, and we'll look around the area as well and try to see if we can't catch up on the stats after some of those connectivity issues. David Gibson, Jared Brown at halftime here with you at our H&M Landscape and Sprinkler halftime. 49-0. Leopards right back after this. Games, sports memorabilia, and collectibles have to do with the best morning menu in the great state of Texas? You can find them all under the same roof at Butter My Biscuit Cafe. Owner Lee Bankston has built a menu around her hot, fresh, always handmade biscuits that really is the best around. Butter My Biscuit Cafe is waiting for you 7 to 2 Tuesday through Friday, 10 to 2 on Saturdays. Whether it's games, sports memorabilia, or simply the best breakfast brunch around, treat yourself to the place food critics and families are raving about. That's Butter My Biscuit Cafe.
My name is Riley Walker. I am not only a freshman at Lorena High School, but owner of Riley's Cookie Company. I got to turn my favorite hobby into a business. I create customizable sugar cookies. Are you looking for a sweet way to personalize your next special event? Contact Riley's Cookie Co. on Facebook or Instagram to place your order. I look forward to working with you.
And welcome back into Hornet Stadium here in the Brazos Valley. Caldwell, Texas. David Gibson and Jared Brown. Bobby Stone on camera tonight. And all Leopards, as you can see on the scoreboard there, 49-0. And, you know, as nice as and as well as the Leopards played, certainly Caldwell contributed to that. And, you know, with all the turnovers and the field position, I'm sure they are not happy with themselves as much as anything. And sure, they're in the locker room right now trying to sort of collect themselves, talk themselves back up and say, hey, we're our own worst enemy right now, and see what we can do in the second half to salvage some of this pride.
Right. One of the Coach Biles isms that you know, he'll tell his players all the time, and I think this is what you'd find in the Caldwell locker room as well, is you control what you can control. Okay, you can't control the other team. Right now, Caldwell really needs to focus on playing better football And again, they've just had some mistakes, balls hitting players in the hands, and then credit Lorena for being right there and intercepting the pass and doing what they should do.
Yeah.
An unfortunate ball where the Cole Nugent kickoff hits the Caldwell returner in the face mask.
Right.
And I mean, again, those are just things that, from a fundamental standpoint, you've got a tough enough job with the Leopards across the aisle from you. Don't do them any favors. And so that's kind of been Caldwell's issue in this first half, is they've really gifted the Leopards with a lot of field position and just easy plays.
We got some, obviously, the Legacy Dance team, as you're talking there, Jerry, doing a great job on the field. There's some great news out of Lorena about the pride of Lorena's marching band.
Absolutely.
You guys making state.
Finished. I believe it was
since '95.
I believe it was. They finished third, and they will correct me if I'm wrong on that. But they finished third at the regional competition, and are going to be marching for state. And so, phenomenal job by this Leopard band, as it's kind of it's like a sword in the stone kind of presentation, and really just and not only phenomenal marching. Right. And music, but also some phenomenal singing as well.
No doubt about it. All talent throughout the whole thing, and credit those guys for an unbelievable performance and performing at their best at the right moment and making it to state for the first time in a quarter century. That's incredible, and just congratulations to them.
Performance will be led by drum majors Jasmine Romero and C.L. Fry. This year's field show is titled Uninvited, the Sword in the Stone. Featured soloists are Mackenzie Block, Cassidy Robinson, and Jacob Eaton. And now, performing their 2021 production of Uninvited, the Lorena High School Marching Band. The Lorena High School Marching Band. Praise on for this year's show is led by Student Officer Nick Costin. Lorena Band Boosters would like to thank the following sponsors: Bob and Sherry Stanton, Armstrong McCall, Professional Beauty Supply, Bob Stanton, Rich Max, and Jason Blaney, Shipley Donuts in Hewitt.
And welcome back into Hornet Stadium. That is your state qualifying Pride of Lorena Marching Band. David Gibbs and Jared Brown. And, man, I'll tell you what, you mentioned it. There's talented soloists, talented dance team, talented flag crew, talented band. Yeah, so.
That's the color guard.
That's David. What I said, color guard.
But yeah, solid job by all of them. And again, congrats to them for making it to the state marching competition. And I mean, the awesome thing is that once you get there, I mean, everybody starts from scratch, and so no reason that this group can't place and maybe even win it.
14 and a half minutes left in our H&M Landscape and Sprinkler halftime show. Don't have a ton of highlights. We should, being 49-0, but with the connectivity issues, didn't have as many. We have 8 right now, 8 highlights that we were happy to show you here coming up. So we'll step aside and look at those right now. Pay attention to that. The reason Colton Dale's in the end zone right now is because of Camden Brock and that excellent blocking of the entire offensive team there. There's a kick on the way, low wobbler. It looks like it's going to be good, and it is. So our score will move to Twippers at home. Pay attention to that. The reason Colton Dale's in the end zone right now is because of Camden Brock and that excellent blocking of the entire offensive team there. There's a kick on the way, low wobbler. It looks like it's going to be good, and it is. So our score will move to Twippers at home. Pay attention to that. The reason Colton Dale's in the end zone right now is because of Camden Brock and that excellent blocking of the entire offensive team there. There's a kick on the way, low wobbler. It looks like it's going to be good, and it is. So our score will move to Twippers at home. Pay attention to that. The reason Colton Dale's in the end zone right now is because of Camden Brock and that excellent blocking of the entire offensive team there. There's a kick on the way, low wobbler. It looks like it's going to be good, and it is. So our score will move to Twippers at home. Pay attention to that. The reason Colton Dale's in the end zone right now is because of Camden Brock and that excellent blocking of the entire offensive team there. There's a kick on the way, low wobbler. It looks like it's going to be good, and it is. So our score will move to Twippers at home. Pay attention to that. The reason Colton Dale's in the end zone right now.
Tonight, Senior Brianna Burns. Social Officer Narita Lorena.
Well, obviously some malfunction there in the highlights as we watched Cole Dushin kick an extra point 8 consecutive times. So,
well, you know, that's really not. If that's all you saw, I mean, that kind of is
not a bad summary for the first half, is it?
I mean, he's, you know, if not for Rhett Hansen running for I think 3 or 4 touchdowns. You know, Nugent's got the most points.
Yeah.
In that, you know, everybody kicking 7 extra points. So, and David, I wanted to take a minute. You know, I think we'd mentioned at one of our halftime shows a couple of weeks ago, Mackenzie Block is the young lady who sings as part of that band competition.
Yeah.
And, the horn soloists are Cassidy Robinson and Jacob Eaton, and just what a phenomenal job. I mean, you think about it, I mean, you're somewhat of a musician yourself. You're having to play by yourself, and now you don't have the rest of the band to hide you. You're mic'd up,
right,
playing by yourself to, you know, to whoever, you know, if it's the home side of the stadium or the judges. So just, I mean, you can't say enough about that group doing such a, you know, just a phenomenal job, and we wish them the best of luck. So we'll just wish them the best of luck at state.
Absolutely, and you know, Mackenzie Brock, I tell you what, you want to know how good you want to know how good she is? She's so good that the visiting fans over here practically almost gave her a standing ovation.
Yeah,
I mean, and she's that good. I mean, she's got that Broadway qualities to her voice, and the nearby fans appreciating that. And it's nice to see, right? I mean, obviously you're in the football field, your enemies, but your kids, like the Leopards, the Pride of Lorena, put that kind of effort in, produced that kind of show. Man, just really want to credit Damon Villa and for all of that, the organizing that, motivating those kids, creativity, everything. Just an excellent show, and thrilled for those guys that they had made it to state once again. We're at halftime here, 49-0, and got about 10 and a half minutes left here before the second half, Jared.
Yeah. Oh, David, I was just going to say, you know, we've grown accustomed to talking about Reed McNabb, Rhett Hansen, Ryan Abel, Braylon Henry, Joe Gutschall, Baxter Bankston. In a game like this, we had a lot of guys get into the game early and often, and you think about you had Grayson Collins.
Yeah.
Come down, junior, kind of, will play on the kickoff team when spots open up. But he comes down, he makes that recovery on the fumbled kickoff, after it hit the Caldwell player's face mask. And then he's out there kind of on an island as a corner on that far side when Jamin White makes that kind of, catching him, the ball was coming to him, hits him, and then runs for another 40 yards. Collins runs him down, tackles him, and then the Leopards defense holds, stops him on 4th down. So you look at that one play, it would have been really easy. You're up 49-0. It would have been really easy to let him walk in the end zone.
Yeah.
Collins does a great job chasing him down, making the tackle, which ultimately leads to keeping this Caldwell offense out of the end zone. I think from a defensive standpoint, obviously you've got goals that you want to attain, and in a game like this, that might be something that they're trying to really, hone in on. Is, hey, let's keep these guys out of the end zone. Well, credit Grayson Collins for not giving up on the play, running him down and making the tackle.
Well put.
So, and I think obviously you have. If it's freshman players, if it's sophomore and maybe some junior players who are on the JV who are watching this broadcast, or they're here in the stands tonight watching the game, and they see something like that, it only goes to show that your number can get called at any moment, and you better be ready to step up and make a play.
Well, exactly, and it's interesting you mentioned that, obviously, and anytime you have a successful program like Lorena has, it goes much deeper than just the current roster and even the current coaches, so we want to just take a moment to mention, obviously, Coach Ray Biles, and deservedly so, gets a ton of credit, but we don't talk a lot about the assistant coaches. We mentioned Donnie Snodgrass and Steve Hoffman from time to time, and those two, I tell you what, those two are as good as it gets. It does not get better than Donnie Snodgrass and Steve Hoffman. But there's also Brandon Graves, Chris Kuhl, Weston Cooper, Matt Hurst, John Carpenter, Evan Ward, and Alex Rogers. And all of those guys work so well together to create the culture that produces the product that you see on the field tonight, not only at the varsity level, but the junior varsity level and the freshman level.
And you see that in when we talked to Reed Mickna and Red Hansen last week after the game. They were so quick to give credit to Evan Ward, all-state running back, who almost led this Leopard team back in 2009 to the state playoffs. Just came up a few yards short against eventual state champion and juggernaut Carthage. In the weeks before, when we gave it to the Joe Pack Player of the Game award to the entire offensive line, they were very quick to give credit to the offensive line coach, Chris Kuhl. And then when we talked to Michael Moore, he talked about giving credit to Coach Graves, the receivers coach. So, and talking about that, that you essentially you've got a former running back out there coaching receivers, so you better believe those guys are going to be blocking downfield, every single play. So again, you can't say enough about that entire group just really doing a phenomenal job of kind of putting it all together. This hopefully this season, and hopefully we're going to keep playing for some additional weeks. Not to necessarily change the subject, David, but I know usually during halftime we take a chance to talk about the volleyball team. Yeah. So they ended up winning the district, going undefeated. Didn't even drop a set. So won every game in straight sets. They play their first playoff game Monday night. I believe it's in. They're playing in Hillsboro, and forgive me, volleyball fans and parents, I don't know who the opponent is. I just know the game's in Hillsboro on Monday night. And then we've talked about, if you've watched any or seen any Lorena social media pages, that the varsity girls cross country team,
man, how about those? Yeah.
Led by Addie Sakura, they won the regional meet as a team. Yeah, they're going to state.
And if I'm not mistaken, she won it as well.
She won it individually. So they run next Friday at 10 a.m. down in Round Rock.
Awesome.
So Friday
at 10.
Friday at 10 o'clock.
So we'll be able to talk about how they finished next Friday at the Rockdale game.
And
that'll be exciting.
With the way that they've been running all season, I wouldn't be surprised if we're talking about potential state champions.
Wow. Can you imagine? I tell you what a culture here. It really is. And I know Coach Jackson thinks it's all because of him. He takes all the credit for those girls running. But no, I'm kidding. He doesn't. In fact, he does nothing but heap praise. And Jared, that's exactly kind of what you talked about. It seems like everybody here basically wants to acknowledge and lift up other people.
Right.
Credit Coach Jackson for his role in there, no doubt about it. And, girls bring home a state championship, that'd be phenomenal.
He gives them their safety vests when they're running at 5:45 in the morning, dodging cars and trains and school buses and everything else. So
right. Yeah, I know he thinks so highly of those girls. He calls them the toughest team at Lorena. And if you've ever run cross country, you know why. So, tell you what, we got about 4.5 minutes left. Jared will come back after this commercial break and have more of our H&M Landscape and Sprinkler and get ready for the second half right after this message from Syntex Pond.
Syntex Pond boasts the highest quality customer service in the pond business. Syntex Pond loans more than the competition and has great retail prices on used goods. With locations in Waco, Temple, and now Hewitt, Syntex Pond is there when you need them. Visit 801 East Waco Drive in Waco or 1402 West Adams Avenue in Temple and the brand new location at 520 North Hewitt Drive. Customer service, higher loans, and great retail prices. That's Syntex Pond. CPA and the Dutton Harris & Company CPAs are focused on meeting the needs of small to medium independent businesses. With expertise in strategic accounting and tax services, Billy Kelly CPA and the Dutton Harris & Company CPAs will provide you with the structure planning, estate planning, compliance, and accounting your business needs. Put the experts to work for you. Billy Kelly CPA and the Dutton Harris & Company CPAs PLLC. Call 432-682-0963 or go online at dhc-pca.net.
Faced with an auto repair, all you really want is to be treated fairly and to have it done right the first time. Well, Lorena's own Jessie Britt has been doing just that for over 20 years. Jessie Britt's Automotive is a full-service repair shop that can handle any of your automotive needs. Jessie's highly trained staff handles both foreign and domestic repairs, offers competitive pricing, and 100% customer satisfaction. Jessie Britt's Automotive even offers a free shuttle service to help ease your burden while you wait. So the next time you are faced with an auto repair, trust Jessie Britt to treat you fairly and to do it right the first time. Jessie Britt's Automotive, where they discount the price, not your service.
Did you know that half of Americans who use mail-order pharmacy miss their medications due to late delivery? Well, Lynn's Pharmacy Hewitt offers all the conveniences of the large corporate pharmacies, but also offers fast, friendly service and the convenience of a local drive-thru and free delivery. Free delivery! If you are in need of a flu shot, now is the perfect time to visit Lynn's Pharmacy Hewitt with no appointment necessary. Come by 511 North Hewitt Drive or call us at 254-666-5000. Stop waiting on the mail. Try Lynn's Pharmacy Hewitt and let us take the frustration out of your pharmacy experience today.
And welcome back into our broadcast booth here in the Syntex Pond broadcast here at Hornet Stadium, Caldwell, Texas. David Gibson, Jared Browns, Bobby Stone on the camera tonight. Been all Leopards in this first half. If you're just joining us, I don't think Caldwell has any feet left. I think they've shot them all off. But credit Lorena for taking advantage of it.
Right. I mean, you're not going to be successful unless you're in the right place at that right time. So credit the Leopards for recovering a couple of fumbles. Michael Moore with a big interception return for the touchdown, and just good pass defense along the way.
Right.
Before I forget, and just like I thought would happen, I had several people contact me that the volleyball game is Monday night in Hillsboro.
Okay.
The opponent is Rice. So 6 p.m.
So we're playing Rice University. Wow, they're really good.
No, Rice High School.
No, gotcha.
So if you got nothing else to do on a Monday night, head up to Hillsboro. Not that far.
Tell you what, those girls have earned it.
Yeah, and I mean, you think about going through a district race undefeated and then not even losing a set, not even dropping a set. So really, they're special.
Hey, so I want to just mention real quick, you just got a little bit of time left before the start of the second half, but all of these sponsors, if you hear them, just want to encourage you once again, and as a way to show gratitude, if you have certain purchases to make, consider the sponsors of our broadcast. We've got Syntex Pond, our lead sponsor now for our third consecutive year, Cody Lewis, and we haven't mentioned in this game so far anyway about the Louis Vuitton purses.
The pre-loved Louis.
Right, the certified,
legit. Yeah, I mean,
have you got one yet?
I haven't. Christmas is around the corner.
Hey, there you go. You hear that, Cody? He's
also
make your money back right
wide
there.
selection of both new and used firearms that they're able to get. So phenomenal. Just really big selection. I've been at the Hewitt store multiple times. They get new stuff in all the time. It's really it's quality stuff.
And new, and as you say, pre-loved jewelry as well. So definitely head over to Syntex Pawn. Now, it is Christmas season, Head over there and see what you can find, and we would appreciate you mentioning that you heard about Syntex Pawn on the broadcast. And obviously right across the street from there, Lynn's Pharmacy Hewitt. Right there on Hewitt Drive, super convenient, and those are Terry and Darby Wagner, great people.
You drop your prescription off, then you head over to Syntex Pawn, do some shopping, go back and pick up.
There you go.
And I believe, and they'll correct me if we're wrong, but I believe they're a compounding pharmacy, so they can make special stuff that your kiddos may need or anybody else.
Exactly right. As we're set to get back underway, and of course Jesse Britt Automotive. I mean, every time I go over there, those guys are packed. I know they do great work, and every time I hear somebody talk about Jesse Britt, it's always about how much he supports the community. So we hope that you as Leopard fans will support the community as well. There's a kick and in a lot of trouble. Return going to make his way back up near the 8-yard line. But once again, Caldwell starting off similar in a way that they sort of played in the first half there.
Yeah, they let that ball bounce. And that's just the one thing, David, one of your favorite things to say is funny ball, bounce funny. And the ball hits in front of Aiden Torres and gets by him. He has to pick it up at the 1-yard line because the ball stopped. And the Leopard kickoff return team converging on him, or I guess kickoff team, and they swarm him up, and he's tackled at about his own 9-yard line.
David Gibson, Jared Brown here in the booth. 11:57 is where the clock is, third quarter. Leopards up 49-0. And here come the Hornets out of the huddle. Baxter Bankson in there. Joe Gutshaw as well. Ball's on the turf. My goodness, going to fall back at the 1-yard line as Braylon Henry was there ready to pick it up and score a touchdown. But, man, I tell you, that's tough.
Yeah, and I think this is one of those things where it's kind of, Lorena wants to, they have things that they need to work on. I guarantee you that they did not play a perfect half of football. And it's tough. Again, I mean, I know talking to, again, some of the fine folks here in Caldwell, and they've just been absolute amazing hosts and taking care of us tonight. There's a lot of kids that are hurt. Ryan Schupak, the starting quarterback, out for the year.
Ballstar's going to hand it off to Hewitt, looking for room at the middle. At this point, they're just trying to avoid being tackled in the end zone. They make a small push. They get the original line of scrimmage, and that's going to bring up third down. And looks to be about 9.
And so, I think if you're the Caldwell coaches right now, you want to see your team fight. You don't want to see them. You don't want to see them give up. I mean, obviously,
that's a great point.
So many parallels between football and life, and right now, you really want to challenge these kids. You've got that C on the side of your helmet. Sting them on the front of your jerseys. Like, go out. You got something to play for. You got some pride to play for. Your team, your teammates, the guy next to you. So go out there and fight.
Jamar Hewitt lined up there. He'll go out into the flat, looking to throw. Ball started downfield, locked it up, and I think that's caught. That looks like Trey Burns, and it is. It's up across the 30-yard line. First down, Caldwell.
And David, I'm surprised that we haven't seen them go to Burns more tonight.
You see it a lot on film, right?
On that kind of that go route down the side. He's 6'2", and he's a big, strong kid. He's able to go up and with great hands and make that catch all the way out to the Caldwell 33-yard line.
Well, credit Colton. He did a great job being there. Just Burns went up over him and made the catch, and we saw that a lot on film. He's done that to just about everybody all year long. Pass across the middle. That's Burns again on a slant. Caught up across the 40. Back-to-back nice plays there, and they pick up about 9 on first down.
Yeah, and again, we talked coming down here. You'd see a lot to Trey Burns. You'd see the go route. You'd see the slant. And then a lot of times that quarterback quick game where he'll just kind of get the ball and just throw it right out there and not even look at anything else.
So second down and 1. Clock at 9:30 here in the third quarter. Leopards up 49-0. All kinds of players finding pay dirt there in the first half. Red Hansen, Camden Brock, Joe Gutshaw. Ball's on the turf again, and Really, that one's going to have to fall at the feet, literally and figuratively, of Balser. That ball hit him right in the hands, and he just dropped it, put it on the turf.
Looked like he just took his eye off just for a second, and the snap was a little low to his right, but that's still one he's not doesn't have to move to catch, and he needs to make.
Yeah.
And you hate to see that on second down, as now it's now you go from 2nd and 1 to 3rd and 8.
Kevin Taylor and CF Supply, their 2nd year of sponsoring the broadcast, and those guys offering all of the quality building materials. You make sure and use those guys. If you're choosing to build, there's a handoff to Hewitt around the corner. He's going to push across the 40, up across the 45, and they'll have a first down for Caldwell.
Yeah, really good job by Hewitt there, not giving up on the play. Looked like Colton Dale came up, and looked like Camden Brock is a little slow to get up for the Leopards, so he's going to he's hobbling off, but under his own power, so that's good to see. But a lot of bodies got rolled up in there, and you hate to see that. So, but good job by Jamar Hewitt not giving up on the play and picking up a big first down for Caldwell.
Clock running, 7:54, 7:53. Caldwell with the most momentum they've had on any particular offensive drive in quite some time. Here's Balser, low snap again, picks it up, throws it at the feet of the intended receiver. That was for Jamin White, and that falls incomplete. And you know, Jared, as the season continues to turn here, we're going from summer now to fall and headed towards winter. I know H&M Landscape is there as well to help you winterize your situation there.
Talked to Ashley Hill the other day, and he said give them a call for not just, lawn care and landscaping. They can also trim trees,
right,
help you winterize those lawns, in case don't want to have another snow vid, which could happen, or it could be unseasonably warm. But those guys will help you get it taken care of, either both residential and commercial.
It's interesting how much you talk about the COVID blizzard, if you will, how much of an impact that had on a lot of the greenery in the area. I know the golf course has really suffered, but I know those Ashley Hill and Chad Peebles there to take care of your winter needs there. So officials blow the official dead. And speaking of winter and Christmas time, you got Bankston's, and I don't know if you know this, but the NBA card packs just came out. And, man, I don't know if you know, people paying hundreds of dollars for these card packs. But the fun part is after they break them open and then everybody starts trading and selling into individual cards. And, of course, I'm particularly interested in Jared Butler and Davion Mitchell. But yeah, that's a lot of fun there. So I mean,
definitely go visit Brent and Brad Yorko. Go tell Brad that I'll tell you after this play.
Yep. Handoff on the sweep there. Gets to the corner, pushes past the pylon. Actually, I thought that was the first down stick for a minute.
So they called the delay on second down.
So third down and about 8.
Yeah, but go see definitely go see Brad Yorko over there. His son's getting married in December, so he needs all the help he can get.
There you go.
Go by and tell Brad that David and Jared sent you. He'll give you a free smile. And if you know Brad, he does not give those out to just anybody.
5:56 on the clock. Leopards up 49-0, and as Caldwell's actually managed to hang on to the ball here for quite a while this drive, but. Yeah, I mean, you're talking about comics, collectibles, sports memorabilia. You got a sports fan collector in your family or somewhere, or you want to buy for it, that would be a terrific place to go. Here's Hewitt. He'll make the 45-yard line, very close to a first down, and I think based on the spot, he's going to have it. So
yeah, it looks like he was past the 44 to the 43, so another first down for Caldwell. Yeah, they've actually got I don't know if Brent advertises this much, but they've got a 1952 Topps Mickey Mantle rookie in there for sale. And I won't tell you how much, but if you make the right offer, Brad will sell it to you. Less than what the sticker price says.
5:08 on the clock here in the third quarter of play.
I'll just say this: you'd have to decide if you want to either get that card or go see Toby Miller at Toby Miller Auto and buy a car.
Oh wow! Well, hey, now Toby gave us a broadcast discount. I don't know if you guys know this. The Toyota 4Runner, as the quarterback is hit, Braylon Henry's going to be credited with a Butter My Biscuit sack, and speaking of Bankston's as well, it wouldn't be a bad idea to head over there in the morning. Tell them our password. Are we ready to reveal that?
Yeah,
I think we can safely at this point, right?
Yeah, definitely. So go over to Butter My Biscuit, which is literally 15 steps from Bankston's.
In fact, you could throw a biscuit and hit Bankston's. I wouldn't throw a biscuit.
Don't throw a biscuit.
Yeah,
Lee doesn't like that.
Yeah.
But go in tomorrow they open at 10, open till 2. Go in and say David and Jared sent you, and the secret code word is District Championship, and they'll give you a free buttermilk biscuit.
And I'm thrilled, seriously, to report that they've had a ton of people come in and do it. That means a lot to yours truly. Kason Pitts there for a second consecutive Butter My Biscuit sack.
Yeah, it looked like Balser was rolling out. Didn't know if he was going to run it or throw it, but credit Pitts from running him down on the backside. And we'll go ahead and give him credit for another Butter My Biscuit sack.
Absolutely. 3:51 is where the clock is running. But seriously, if you got a 15-year-old about to be 16, or you're in a situation where you need a new car but you don't want to buy new, Toby's Autos, your locally family-owned and operated pre-owned dealership. I know Toby will make you a deal down there. He's already said he'll take $3,000 off the sticker price. Here's a pass caught out in the flat. Nice move there. Joe Gutshaw will wrap him up for the tackle, but on a 2015 Toyota 4Runner. And that thing's sharp. If you pay attention when our commercials are coming up, you'll see it. But definitely something to consider if you're looking to buy a new car, or maybe really surprise somebody for Christmas. I don't buy Christmas presents that expensive, but some people do. You might want to head down to Toby's and check it out.
Well, what you do is you go and you buy one of those NBA packs. You pull a 101.
Yeah.
You turn around and sell it to Bankston's, and you take the money and you go.
There you go.
Put a down payment on a Toby vehicle from Toby Miller's Auto.
2:49. Balser has it. He's going to quick kick it away. Sport punt going to be caught at the 25. Generals gets outside. Nice block by Michael Moore. Now Generals is going to reverse field, and he is going to be wrapped up and finally pushed backwards after he ran about 40 yards. And that's where the Leopards will take over.
And Michael Moore, Generals almost waited for Moore to get in the area. And credit Moore with a kind of a pancake block, drove his guy to the ground, which allowed Generals to run around for a few more seconds. But yeah, David, you mentioned that Caldwell had the ball to start this third quarter. Just 2 minutes and 30 seconds left to go on the Billy Kelly CPA scoreboard. So they're really able to keep that ball for a long time, eat a lot of clock, and have a productive drive.
Right. Productive in the sense of burning the clock, right? Obviously, I know they would look to get that goose egg off the scoreboard, but
certainly gain some yards and kind of put Lorena on their own side of the field.
Caleb Carrizales will go in motion and reset here on the right side. This is that two-back set we talked about in the pregame. Hands it off to Kason Pitts, who is going to run tough. He gets the corner, 40. Kason puts a man on the ground at the 45, up across the 50 after a big Jesse Britt Automotive first down.
And Pitts a little slow to get up there. I think he...
We'll look at it here on the CF Supply replay, see if we can see that at the end.
But he definitely hit the truck stick for all you Madden fans, and picked up a big Jesse Britt Automotive first down into Caldwell territory down to the 47-yard line.
You need your oil change, head on over to Jesse Britt Automotive and tell them thanks for sponsoring the broadcast. Jesse's been there from the beginning. He and Desiree, great people. Appreciate their sponsorship through Jesse Britt Automotive. Here's a handoff. There's a face mask, big-time face mask. And going to be tackled after a yard loss, but that's going to be a personal foul first down for the Leopards.
I think was Carrizales on the carry?
Yes, it was.
Yep. The Leopards. Good to see the freshman getting the ball.
.132 is where the clock is stopped here in the third quarter of play. Leopards going to clinch tonight. We haven't really talked a whole lot about that, but what an accomplishment here. I mean, the team that has the talent, really. I mean, you don't want to talk too much about it, but has the talent to be playing close to Christmas for sure. 1:29 left on the clock after the personal foul. The clock will run. Leopards 1st and 10 from the 31-yard line. New quarterback is Cargill. He's going to hand off and going to be dropped for a 4-yard loss.
Yeah, Cameron Elston on that ball carry, just really know where to go, and taken down for about a 5-yard loss. Still see Elijah Turley in the game, but it looks like we've got Jackson Blackwell in there along with Riley Boozer. think that's Tyler Walkendorf.
Yeah, you still got Camden Brock here on the near side. Split out with Caleb Carrizales in the slot.
Yeah, Marshall Brand is still in there at right tackle for the Leopards.
So Taylor Cargill send is back in motion. Going to hand it to Kaysen Taylor coming in the near side. Inside the 30, Kaysen makes a man miss, still on his feet. Kaysen with a little shake and bake down inside the 25-yard line. And we have another flag down. See what that call is here. Holding against the Leopards. And that'll move us backwards.
And it just seems sometimes, David, when you're running kind of that jet sweep a little bit, as those defensive linemen start to move down the line, as you're engaged with them, it's just sometimes it's hard to let go, and your outside arm just kind of hangs on, and it's an easy call for the referee to make.
Well, and that's really been the story. A lot of this here in this football game. Leopards, I don't know how many penalties we have on day, but it feels like at least 7 holding penalties in this ball game on the Leopards.
Looks like they're content to let this clock run out to in this quick third quarter.
Yeah, no doubt about it. We'll go ahead and take a break with them. Leopards up 49-0. We'll head to the fourth quarter of play right back after this message from CF Supply.
For 40 years, CF Supply Inc. has been serving the interior commercial construction industry needs of Texas. We are a quality supplier of drywall, metal framing, Armstrong acoustical ceilings, joint compound, and commercial wood and metal door openings. We are also a proud distributor of major brands such as Armstrong Ceiling Systems, Schlage, Von Duprin, Sargent, Corbin Russwin, and LCN. Contact CF Supply Inc. today for all of your interior construction needs. You'll find us online at cfsupplyinc.com. Build with CF Supply.
Landscape and Sprinkler is your one-stop shop for turning your dream vision for the environment outside of your home or business into a reality. From laying sod and installing sprinklers to the finer beautifying touches and year-round maintenance, H&M Landscape and Sprinkler can do it all. Whether you are looking to sell your home, attract more customers, or beautify your home to enjoy with family and friends, H&M Landscape and Sprinkler has the skill and expertise to get the job done just the way you want. Visit them online at hmlandscapeandsprinkler.com or call 254-732-6818. That's H&M Landscape and Sprinkler.
And welcome back into Hornet Stadium. David Gibson, Jared Brown have watched the Leopards up 49-0. Taylor Cargill now captaining the ship for the Leopards here. He stands at his own 50. Delay handoff to Kaysen Taylor. He makes it through a wave, blocking the backfield. Makes a man miss at the 40 and then dives forward down to the 37-yard line. Leopards got a long way to go to pick up a first down, all the way to the 21-yard line.
Yeah, I guess there may have been back-to-back penalties, David, because I feel like it's third and seemingly almost 3rd and 17.
Yeah.
Long way, so.
11:22 is where the clock is running. I'm sure the Leopards would be very content to have a single 11-minute and 22-second drive here. Kaysen Taylor right near the near side at the bottom of your screen. You have Caleb Carrizales and Camden Brock up at the top. Cameron Elston is their back in the backfield with Taylor Cargill. Cargill fakes it, bootlegs out, looking to throw, lost the ball downfield, caught across the middle by Kaysen, inside the 30, 25. Kaysen puts his shoulder down inside the 20, and he'll have picked up the yardage needed for a Jesse Britt Automotive first down.
And David, just kind of pointing out, I mean, Cargill kind of showing off a little bit of arm strength there, rolling out to his left, and then able to throw back against his body and hit a wide open Kaysen Taylor, who's able to get upfield and pick up another Jesse Britt Automotive first down.
10:50 on the 10:51 is where the clock stopped. And believe it or not, you're not going to believe this, but there's a penalty on the play. And we'll march it backwards. My goodness. All the way back to the 42. So about a 10-yard penalty there, I guess, on holding.
Yeah, it's from the previous spot. I mean, now you go from. And it really wasn't, because it's going from 3rd and about 16 to 3rd and 21.
Who's winning the Baylor-Texas game tomorrow?
Got to go with the green and gold.
Fakes to Elston, looking to throw down the middle of the field, lofts the ball down there, has a Leopard, intercepted, picked off. A lot of men down there, and that one is going to be picked off by Jace. And you're going to have to help me. I forgot how we pronounce his last name.
Jace Ailey.
Thank you. A-L-Y is how you spell his last name, Ailey.
And I think Cargo kind of tried to force that ball into a window where the ball wasn't going to fit. Casey Taylor went up for it. He was kind of slow to get up, but you also had Camden Brock in the area, and so I think if Cargo could have that back, it'd be a much shorter, shorter throw to one of the guys underneath. But nonetheless, Leopard defense back out on the field.
Well, so a pretty nice third quarter, if you will, for Caldwell. They keep the ball for about 10 minutes, and now they get a turnover. Balser has it. He's going to keep. He's going to be immediately grabbed and pushed backwards by about 9 Leopards.
Yeah, and good to see Emilio Martinez in there for the Leopards. Really, I guess, getting his first action of the night, and so playing at right defensive end, right next to Jackson Blackwell at defensive tackle, the 6'2", 285-pound freshman, next to Hutton Scott, and then Cody Thorne anchoring that defensive line. Got Jacob Jackson, Braylon Henry, Colton Ferguson in at the linebackers, Michael Moore, Jackson Generals are your safeties, and it looks like Colton Dale and Grayson Collins are the corners.
Here's a handoff up the middle, not a lot doing. Push backwards and tackled to the ground.
A good job by Colton Ferguson. Yeah, again, didn't play football last year, and then started on the JV this year. Needed him to come up and play linebacker after some injuries, and he's done nothing but work his way into the starting lineup tonight with Mickna and Britton out, and has had a very solid game.
Grayson Collins, the nearby cornerback.
Collins has had a busy night. Had a fumble recovery on the kickoff, and then the touchdown saving tackle late in the second quarter.
Balser has it, hands it off. A couple more that way, and that's going to bring up a 4th down and a punting situation as the clock is running at 8:22. Leopards up 49-0. That was the halftime margin as well, and Leopards combined with Caldwell's efficient offense, if you will, certainly time-consuming offense, has kept that score the same as it was at halftime. And I'm pretty sure we'll see another quick kick here, although he's not. Yeah, he steps backwards now. Balser has it. He will quick kick. Gonna bounce at the 45, and he picked up on one hop. A little bit of time to get us some momentum. Headed forwards. That's Jackson General. Spins out of one tackle, and he'll be pushed back inside the 30, outside the 35-yard line, and Leopards with start there.
Yeah, kind of surprised. Really nobody getting down the field for Caldwell, which allows Generals to pick that ball up on the bounce and get a solid return back into Caldwell territory, where the Leopards will start at about the Caldwell 36-yard line. 7:40 left to go on the Billy Kelly CPA scoreboard. Leopards up 49-0.
Don't forget about Riley's Cookie Co. as well. I tell you what, Halloween's right upon us. I'm positive that she's not going to be able to do anything for you for Halloween, but Thanksgiving and Christmas coming up, those are, I tell you what, not only would you enjoy eating them, but they're also terrific gifts. She does a great job on the presentation with those cookies there. Here's a flag. Who else is out there on that field right now? We got Tyler Wachtendorf. You mentioned him, a sophomore. A lot of fun to look down the roster, Jared, and on the 2-deep especially, just see some of the players that'll be back for a year or two more.
Definitely, David.
Casey Taylor, Jackson Generals, Braylon Henry, Camden Brock, Joe Gutshaw, Cameron Elston, Colton Ferguson. Lots of good times ahead. I mean, obviously nobody wants to look past it now because of the good things that we have going on. Here's Elston. He's going to try to get outside. He's tackled. Nice job that time by Jace
Ailey again on tackle.
Yeah.
And again, credit this Caldwell defense for not giving up, for continuing to fight. and really kind of coming alive here in the second half. Now I know they're, obviously guys are carrying the ball that aren't normally carrying the ball. Guys are on the offensive line who we don't always see, but they're still still playing.
Caldwell replaced their turf last year in a beautiful field here in Brazos Valley as they hand it off to Kaysen Pitts. Look out, Kaysen runs like a bull in a china closet. He's inside the 35 down near the 30. So he'll pick up about 6 yards, brings up, he picks up a whole lot more than 6 yards. It brings up about a 3rd down and 4. See that. Under 6 minutes to play. I tell you what, when you have a game like this, fans, you feel like the Joe Pack Player of the Game award could go to about 10 different people. There's been a lot of players really stand out. So we're looking it over, doing a deep dive into the analytics. Here's Taylor Cargill. He's going to look to throw. He's getting some pressure. Gets outside. He's going to throw it away wisely, and that'll be incomplete. Brings up a 4th down, and so I don't know. Are you out of field goal range here, Jared? Or
well, I mean, there's only one way to find out, David.
Yeah.
And that's the hard part. Is that in a 49-0 game, you don't want to seem like you're just trying to, run up the score.
I don't see any movement like there might be a field goal attempt, so it looks like they're going to go for it.
At the same time, I think at some point you've got to find out what Cole Nugent can do.
Here's Taylor Cargill waiting on it. It's got it to Kaysen Pitts. He's looking for room. Appears to be very close to the 1st down. He'll have it, actually, and that'll bring up a 1st down Leopards with clock running at 5:17. Kaysen Pitts with a nice game.
1st down, Leopards.
5:06 on the clock as it continues to run.
And it looks like we may have gotten our first suggestion for a Joe Pack Player of the Game award.
Oh, speaking of that, before you go there, Coach Biles and I are going to do a coach's corner. So if you're listening at home and you want to ask Coach Biles a question, okay, email me at looklivestreams@gmail.com. Put Coach's Corner in the address there. Here's the handoff to Pitts again. He's down inside the 15-yard line. Picks up about 8 or 9 on that 1st down. But so what we'll do is we'll take these. We'll look through these questions and find a good one and take it to Coach, and he'll answer that question on next week's pregame show. But so
is it only one question that you're going to pick?
We might do. Well, it depends. Maybe if he laughs during the first one, we'll do more than one. I don't know.
Because I was going to recommend to our viewers, listeners, those checking in, to ask him a fishing question.
All right. Okay.
And that'll definitely get you
we'll see.
in his good graces.
I have a board of representatives that picks the question. But yes, email me, looklivestreams@gmail.com. Coach's Corner in the subject bar there, and hand off inside the 10, and we'll pick it and read it on the air.
And on successive plays, David, we really want to kind of highlight, we talked about Kaysen Pitts running like a bull.
Yeah.
In the last 2 plays, really avoiding the first contact with really solid footwork, stopping and starting, and then getting the ball, down inside the 10-yard line for another Jesse Britt Automotive 1st down, 1st and goal for the Leopards. And really, Pitts has had a great game tonight from his defensive end spot, running down those backside plays on Jamar Hewitt, and then also blocking downfield and just doing a lot.
He's lined up right of Taylor Cargill this time. Kai Ritchie in there at tight end. Going to give it to Kaysen. He's got a hole there on the right side. Fights his way down inside the 5-yard line. Won't quite make the end zone. And that'll bring up second and goal to go here. So it looks like maybe we might be about to see Pitts pick up a touchdown. We'll see.
And we just had somebody submit a question for the Coach's Corner via text message.
Now you can't be like, why isn't my kid playing more?
No. I can't read it on the air.
Oh, okay.
Or I won't read it on the air, Eric Strelsky. But
he's been a rascal tonight.
But I will submit it to the pool of questions.
Here come the Leopards quickly to the line of scrimmage. Looks like they're trying to catch Caldwell off guard a little bit. Hand it off. Kaysen Pitts looking for room. Hitting the backfield, going to be knocked down for a loss. And that'll bring up third down.
And again, credit that was Brandon Hirsch on that play coming up and kind of tackling Pitts for a loss. So again, credit this Caldwell defense for not giving up here, as the clock's going to dip under 2 minutes left to go in the game.
So did Strelski make the trip out here, or is he like watching from home?
He is watching from home.
Okay.
Surrounded by friends and family.
Do they know he's harassing the broadcast people?
I would call it harassing. He was just he was submitting a question. He provided a lot of insight earlier.
I'm just messing with him. Here we go. Hands it off. Grayson Pitts cuts it up at the hash into the end zone. Touchdown, Leopards.
I think that's Grayson Taylor.
It was. You're right. I got Grayson in my head. And
no worries, but good job by Taylor getting followed, and solid job by that offensive line, just blocking long enough to let him get into the end zone. As we take a look on the CF Supply replay, as he goes into the end zone to make it 55-0 with the extra point forthcoming.
This kick brought to you by Bankson. That touchdown brought to you by Lynn's Pharmacy Hewitt. Here's the kick on the way. Kick is good, and that brings it to 56-0. All Leopards here this evening in Caldwell. We'll take a commercial break and come back with more of the Syntex Pond broadcast right after this.
Syntex Pond boasts the highest quality customer service in the pond business. Syntex Pond loans more than the competition and has great retail prices on used goods. With locations in Waco, Temple, and now Hewitt, Syntex Pond is there when you need them. Visit 801 East Waco Drive in Waco or 1402 West Adams Avenue in Temple, and the brand new location at 520 North Hewitt Drive. Customer service, higher loans, and great retail prices. That's Syntex Pond.
137 on the Billy Kelly CPA scoreboard. Here from Caldwell, Texas, Hornet Stadium, David Gibson and Jared Brown.
And David, while we're waiting on this kickoff, Nicole Nugent want to remind everybody, go to Butter My Biscuit tomorrow. They open at 10 o'clock. Tell them David and Jared sent you. Give them the secret word, District Championship. They'll give you a free buttermilk biscuit. I bet you could talk them into giving you a Texas biscuit, which is just Lee's buttermilk biscuit, but with cheese and jalapeno bits in it.
Woo-wee. I want one of them, but again, I'm giving up. Here we go, Cole Nugent, set to kick off for the 8th time tonight, 9th time tonight, something like that. Here's a deep kick down the middle of the field, caught at the 15, right up the middle. That's Torres, and he'll make it up near the 30-yard line before he's pushed back. Clock will stop at about 1:33.
Yeah, good job by Grayson Collins getting down there and making a solid tackle for the Leopards. So still a little bit of a decision to make for the Joe Pack Player of the Game Award, presented by Billy Rutherford, and certainly appreciate his support to this Leopard program. We got it narrowed down to, I think, a couple of guys that we might want to give it to. Again, we've received some assistance, so we'll see what happens.
You know Eric Strelski can't win it, right? He's not allowed to win it. Here's the handoff to Hewitt. Cuts it up on the far hash. He'll pick up one. He's going to get mad at me. He's going to think I'm pushing it too
well, I kind of wanted – I was curious as, he likes maybe not this shade of Caldwell, the shade of orange that Caldwell's wearing, but he likes another shade of orange that I'm not going to mention.
Yeah.
But hopefully he's seeing a lot of green and gold tomorrow.
Maybe see if he wants to put up a wager on barbecue. What am I trying to say here? On the game tomorrow. All right, don't forget, guys, Coach's Corner question. If you have one, email looklivestreams@gmail.com, and we'll, if we pick your question, we will ask Coach during the pregame interview next week. And if Jared pushes hard enough, I might pick 2, or who knows, even 3. We'll see.
That was Aiden Torres on the carry. I think we thought we might see more of him tonight, but if he wasn't feeling it before, he is now, as Jackson Blackwell just took him to the ground and landed on top of him.
No, thank you. 21 seconds.
Nope.
I do not want Jackson Blackwell doing anything like that to me. All right. Hand off to Torres, trying to get to the far side. He'll pick up the first down. Run out of bounds with about 6 seconds on the clock. 5, 4, 3, 2, one, and that's going to do it. And you know what? We haven't mentioned this in about a half, but your Leopards are the District 11 3A champions, the 2021 District 11 3 champions, and they'll pick up a gold ball here tonight as the teams shake hands and do it in dominating fashion, as the scoreboard is already off this evening, 56-0, and that Leopards pick up their second consecutive district championship. We'll go ahead and take a commercial break and come right back with the H&M Landscape and Sprinkler post-game show right after this.
CPA and the Dutton Harris & Company CPAs are focused on meeting the needs of small to medium independent businesses. With expertise in strategic accounting and tax services, Billy Kelly CPA and the Dutton Harris & Company CPAs will provide you with the structure planning, estate planning, compliance, and accounting your business needs. Put the experts to work for you. Billy Kelly CPA and the Dutton Harris & Company CPAs PLLC. Call 432-682-0963 or go online at dhc-pca.net.
Recently discovered Bankston's whenever I was hanging out with my dad. We came by. Being a huge fan of most anything nerd related, I came in, saw the collectibles, and kind of lost my mind a little bit. Bankston's has most every franchise that I can think of. Collectibles for everyone from high-end spenders down to people who are just there to look for comics.
Individuals are always looking for something that's going to be exceptional, and I think that's what we achieve.
Games, sports memorabilia, and collectibles have to do with the best morning menu in the great state of Texas? You can find them all under the same roof at Butter My Biscuit Cafe. Owner Lee Bankston has built a menu around her hot, fresh, always handmade biscuits that really is the best around. Butter My Biscuit Cafe is waiting for you 7 to 2 Tuesday through Friday, 10 to 2 on Saturdays. Whether it's games, sports memorabilia, or simply the best breakfast brunch around, treat yourself to the place food critics and families are raving about. That's Butter My Biscuit Cafe.
My name is Riley Walker. I am not only a freshman at Lorena High School, but owner of Riley's Cookie Company. I got to turn my favorite hobby into a business. I create customizable sugar cookies. Are you a great way to personalize your next special event? Contact Riley's Cookie Co. on Facebook or Instagram to place your order. I look forward to working with you.
Did you know that half of Americans who use mail-order pharmacy miss their medications due to late delivery? Well, Lynn's Pharmacy Hewitt offers all the conveniences of the large corporate pharmacies, but also offers fast, friendly service and the convenience of a local drive-thru and free delivery. Free delivery! If you are in need of a flu shot, now is the perfect time to visit Lynn's Pharmacy Hewitt with no appointment necessary. Come by 511 North Hewitt Drive or call us at 254-666-5000. Stop waiting on the mail. Try Lynn's Pharmacy Hewitt and let us take the frustration out of your pharmacy experience today.
Landscape and Sprinkler is your one-stop shop for turning your dream vision for the environment outside of your home or business into a reality. From laying sod and installing sprinklers to the finer beautifying touches and year-round maintenance, H&M Landscape and Sprinkler can do it all. Whether you are looking to sell your home, attract more customers, or beautify your home to enjoy with family and friends, H&M Landscape and Sprinkler has the skill and expertise to get the job done just the way you want. Visit them online at hmlandscapeandsprinkler.com or call 254-732-6818. That's H&M Landscape and Sprinkler.
And welcome back into Hornets Stadium. David Gibson and Jared Brown, Bobby Stone here this evening from Caldwell, Texas. Deep in the Brazos River Valley, Leopards win 56-0 and clinch the District 11 3A championship for the second consecutive year in a row. Jared and Bobby downstairs on the field and getting ready for our Joe Pack Player of the Game presentation, along with our interview with Coach Biles. And terrific ball.
David, are we close?
Let me make sure I got the camera here real quick. So hearing from Jared there, it looks like they're about ready. You can see the team huddled on the far sideline. And
David, are we ready to go?
We are ready to go.
Okay, we are now joined down on the field by Leopards head coach Ray Biles. Coach, congratulations on tonight's win and securing the district championship. Let's just get your thoughts on the game tonight.
Well, it's just one more step for these guys, and they knew they needed to come out and get off to a good start. I mean, anytime you're playing somebody that you feel like we're the better out there, improve that and then take care of stuff. And I thought our kids came out early and established that.
Looked like you guys were able to capitalize on some early Caldwell mistakes, fumble recovery, interception, and then just establish solid line of scrimmage, or establish a line of scrimmage and then run the ball really well.
Yeah, I thought we did a good job of running the ball. Rhett handled it very well. I thought our offensive line gave him some opportunities to do that. And then defensively, we got some takeaways short in the field, and it kind of got out of hand in a hurry. But, our kids played hard, and I'm very, very proud of the fact that they come out and they played a specific level, and we can't worry about our opponent because there are going to be nights where we may be playing Green Bay, and we're going to have to play at that level. So I thought our kids really did a great job of playing hard all night.
And one of those guys I wanted to ask you about specifically was Grayson Collins. We saw he recovers the kind of the muffed kickoff and then has the tackle down here to keep Caldwell from scoring in the first half. He's a guy, he looks like he contributes, comes in when he's needed. Just talk a little bit about his performance tonight.
Sure. Well, Grayson's another one of those kids that when he gets an opportunity to get out there on the field and makes the most of it, and he did a great job tonight for us. And he's one that works hard every day, and he's a valuable part of what we're doing.
Okay, well, congratulations on the win tonight. Good luck next week against Rockdale, and we'll see you then. All right. Okay, David, we'll go ahead and keep it right here. We're going to be joined by tonight's Joe Pack Player of the Game award winner, Grayson Collins. Grayson, just talk a little bit about the win tonight. You guys secured the second district championship in a row. So just talk about the game tonight and your performance, your thoughts.
Well, we played great. I want to give it to the defense. Michael had 2 picks, 1 pick six. We'll just keep playing how we're playing.
Yeah, so it looked like on the kickoff team tonight, you recovered that kind of the fumble when the ball hit the Caldwell player in the face mask, and then also had the touchdown saving tackle late in the first half that kept Caldwell out of the end zone. Just talk a little bit about your preparation each week. I know you got guys that are playing on the field a lot, but you came in tonight and really did well.
Just keep working every week. We have meetings in the mornings, and we go hard every afternoon.
Okay, good. So you guys secure the district championship. You got one game next week against Rockdale, and then on to the playoffs. What do you guys need to do to continue to get better?
We just need to keep practicing. We're not at where we need to be, and we will be there, though.
Okay, good. Well, the Joe Pack Player of the Game award was established by a guy named Billy Rutherford. Joe Pack was someone who played here at Lorena in the early 90s, who was known for being one of the hardest workers, but also one of the most selfless players. And so Billy wanted a way to honor him tonight, every night we play. So we just think about somebody who really embodies who Joe Pack was as a player on and off the field. And so you're tonight's Joe Pack Player of the Game award winner. Congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, David, back up to you.
Man, just great stuff. Gotta just love the spirit here at Lorena. Listen, the very first thing out of that youngster's mouth is talking about another player who played extremely well, and just wanted to lift somebody else up, and also just not being content with the status quo. These guys, they know that there's a goal beyond the District 11 3A championship for this group, and they want to make sure that they don't. That they do everything they can to get there. So we're going to go ahead and wrap it up tonight here from Caldwell. Got a little drive back, so we're going to cut the H&M Landscape and Sprinkler show short. Thank you so much for joining us. I want to thank you for patronizing the sponsors anytime that you do. I want to thank you to our sponsors, Syntex Pond, Billy Kelly CPA, Jesse Britt Automotive, Lynn's Pharmacy Hewitt, CF Supply, H&M Landscape and Sprinkler, Bankston's, Butter My Biscuit. Don't forget, by the way, their password is District Championship tomorrow when you go by to get your free biscuit, Toby's Autos, and Riley's Cookie Co. So once again, for Jared Brown and for Bobby Stone, we appreciate you listening. We thank you for listening. Leopards win 56-0. We'll see you next week at home at Leopard Field. For everybody in our crew, good night.